You're both a pair of absolute fucking wankers.
Wow, what an introduction.
That is a proper introduction. That's the way I like to be introduced to
A pair of fucking cunts in my fucking house. And I hope this never, ever gets aired. I hope we get banned from every streaming service.
We are not. We are not. We've been here since 7 o'clock. It's now 8:35 and we've just pressed record on the podcast. Welcome to Cage and Canvas episode
16.
16.
Was it 16, AJ?
Listen, right? You're the one who's been confusing me with the numbers.
I've been confusing anything.
Yes, you have.
We released them in number order. You skipped one last week.
Yeah, no. But you made the specials numbers. We just said just call them a special.
I don't remember having that conversation ever.
When we put the specials up.
Look, I'm not getting involved.
No, you are involved.
You have that spurt, man.
You can't just say, "Oh, because I've missed a week, I'm no longer involved in this." Like you are involved in decision making.
Specials were thrown about, episodes turned up. That's all I'm saying. But look, it's fine. It's fine. We're here now.
Why were specials thrown about? Why?
Because we weren't around.
Exactly. So we recorded specials to fill time, right?
We did. You're right. And yeah,
for
special,
all of our
special episodes.
Millions and millions of followers that rely on us.
Someone is intensely scrutinizing this video right now, and they're like, "This is the fall of Cage and Canvas right now."
Welcome to Cage and Canvas, episode 16.
The
for
final
people that are
episode.
listening,
It is
the people
16.
at home.
The final episode.
But for people who didn't
not the final
realize,
episode.
because you were saying it was 14, right? But it was 15 last week.
Yes.
So there was some discrepancies on our stories
Yes.
and what was actually coming out. And whose fault was that?
What are we talking about?
Apologise.
No.
Just acknowledge me.
Listen, I'm the one bringing.
Oh my God.
You're not the tribal chief. I see you know Ulafala here.
I'm the tribal chief of Cage and Canvas.
No.
For those of you that are interested, I was not here last week because I was working. You got Adam Forsyth in, who made a phenomenal co-host, may I say. Thank you very much, Adam.
Yeah.
It was average.
No, it was a really good episode, boys, and I enjoyed it.
You listened.
Of course I did. Mate, the second it was on Spotify, I was on there.
Okay,
That's not.
That's nice.
Of course.
That's
We
nice.
got to get the numbers up somehow, haven't we? Fucking hell, no.
It was
We got
funny.
to do something.
It's funny the way it came across. It was
Nah,
quite
do you know
amusing.
what? When I heard his voice, I was like, yeah,
It's nice.
a good little. So
Did you hear about us talking about all the live events we've been to and
yeah, I did, and I was crying a bit. Yeah,
what we're going to?
I got very offended. Yeah.
So you know that me and AJ are going to WrestleMania
Yeah, I
this
do.
year in Vegas.
Yeah.
You're aware
It's
of
all
it.
right. Next year, boys, I'll be there.
I want you to be there, man. I want you to be
You
there.
should be there, to be fair.
I should be there.
But what we'll do is we'll just send you as many videos as we possibly can.
Yeah, just get me involved.
We'll FaceTime
Just
you.
FaceTime me. Yeah.
We're going to post. We should literally we should try and vlog the whole trip.
I should have this tablet, but with a background of JD's face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right here, carrying around.
This is what we need to do. We need to get a sign of
Cardboard
JD's
cutout.
face.
Cardboard
Get cut
cutout.
out.
Because we're in good seats. We're on 100 level
Yeah.
risers, so we might be on camera. So
okay.
On sticks. That would be fucking
JD's face, mate. We're going to get you in
Mate,
Vegas,
get
mate.
me at WrestleMania, man.
Was it on
Get me
Netflix
to
when
WrestleMania.
there was one of the baby?
Yeah, there was a massive kid in the audience.
baby's head. Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
This is going to happen, JD.
Right.
Mate.
So
That's our pledge to you, man.
I'm happy with that.
Oh.
It's got to be the
Again-
shittest picture though.
So
The
just
fucking worst picture.
Should
Just
we get
going
him
back.
and Forsyth? We'll get Forsyth from last week.
nah,
We'll get
don't
both
bring
of them.
no, just me.
All right, just
Just
me.
me.
Yeah, you're the
Just me.
original, to be fair.
Just me. He's been to enough.
yeah,
right?
that's fair. Got it.
Right. So it seems before we recorded, we're going to be throwing the sort of normality and civilness of this podcast out the window. I think if we're a bit more out there anyway, it just makes better for everyone involved.
I'm going to be civil still.
That's why Adam
Well,
came in effing and
The
blind.
first thing you said is you're a bunch of fucking wankers. The second...
Yeah, but
So
that's
that-
me being civil.
Oh,
That's
that's
just
very civil.
That's
yeah.
just the truth.
That's like, politicians would love that. Love that in a speech.
But you didn't. Yeah, but we didn't hear what you guys were calling me before we went on. So that's like, you know.
Oh, it's all recorded.
Yeah.
Useless.
Whether you publish it or not.
Lazy. Not motivated.
We had some technical problems. We were having technical problems. It was getting to me.
We've been having these technical problems for the last hour and a half.
And I've also quit smoking. So like it's tough for me.
We're going to watch his progression as we go by.
You got to fill it with another addiction.
Apples.
Do you know that, right?
I'll just eat apples instead.
Apples.
Yeah.
So before we begin, I just want to say we almost didn't make it, did we, boys? We almost didn't make it.
I made it.
We almost didn't make it
What do you mean?
past the new year. Where Cage and Canvas was almost
No. It was never a thing. We just had a disagreement on certain things.
We had a little disagreement.
That's it. I wanted to really push forward with it, make it a massive thing, you wanted to take a back step.
So, absolutely.
So, it's like, it's fine.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
But anyway, we're all here.
Here we are.
There is no demise.
Right.
This thing will continue.
I was on holiday, sunbathing.
You're just watching the messages fly through.
So did you watch Raw last week? For
Raw on Netflix?
The Netflix debut. What did you think? You didn't get your immediate opinion on
The first thing that I picked up on was the ending credits, which I said when they started that with SmackDown, they're going to do that with Raw on Netflix. And there we go. They did it, which makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Not happy with The Rock.
Why?
I'm happy with him turning up.
Why are you not happy with The Rock?
I'm not happy with his all of a sudden, let's throw a year of storyline out the window.
Oh, should we just discuss this now then? Because that's been flying around the internet like all sorts this week.
The
whole Rock thing, this whole creative thing that's going on.
Well, I already said my thought. Well, we gave our. Well, you said you weren't buying it. I said what
you're not buying how he's
thought.
being.
But I feel like it's
that's
evolved.
What he said, and then I said it's kind of like.
But this week it's like evolved a bit more. We were like hot off the press with what happened, and then obviously
really?
NXT happened when he spoke at NXT.
No,
and then there's been a lot of internet chatter since.
But nothing from him.
Very radio silent from him.
Okay.
Yeah. But also a lot of we'll sees, a lot of who knows, a lot of he could be there, he could not be there.
But that's what I said
concrete.
when he was there. Yeah, I think they were just sort of leaving breadcrumbs, like I said, for them to decide if they're going to do it. They have something there, but sort of leaving it a bit open.
Should we all just shut the fuck up and enjoy the ride that The Rock is taking us on?
Yeah, he's a swerve master as well, I think, as well. He's going to pull a swerve on us soon.
So what did you think?
Overall, it was like watching a pay-per-view for me. It was a very, for me, every single person on that card working behind the scenes, the production of it, the way it all worked and came together, it was like, for them, there was a lot of pressure to make it perfect. Yeah. And it was a perfect start to the Netflix era.
The perfect start.
The perfect start. The best start they could have had. I mean, there's never going to be another reintroduction of a Raw on Netflix again because it's already happened. But from a perspective, they put on a show of a lifetime.
I agree.
They do
show of a lifetime.
They do it week in, week out.
Jesus.
They do it week in, week out.
So one other thing that we said on that episode, you'll give it a rating.
Yeah,
if you say that, grade it.
Give it a rating. I would say.
Did you hear our grades before you grade it? Did you hear what we said?
I didn't.
Fine.
I didn't.
Good. No, good.
That's good.
Because you didn't fucking listen.
No, I listened to most of it.
Go on.
I want to say an 8.5.
Right. Translate that into letters.
Like a B, or a minus.
I'd say an A.
An A. Just an A.
Just an A.
Okay, fine.
Flat A. Okay.
It's a flat A.
I gave it an A plus.
You gave it an A plus.
I gave it a B plus.
So harsh, man.
All right, D-Bry.
Yeah.
The B plus player.
I think it was good. I just think they could have done a little bit more.
AJ wanted a debut.
I wanted a debut. I wanted somebody who
debut would have been nice. Who would you have debuted?
Well, that's the thing. We had a debut on this week. Well, why couldn't that have happened last week?
I think it just would have been, for me, it was a mixture of getting nostalgia in. Fuck Hulk Hogan, by the way.
Yeah, you could have taken that segment out, even though I did enjoy the fact that he was getting booed the fuck out of.
I loved that. That was one of the most entertaining things of the show.
If you'd done that and just gave Penta a squash match, not the match that he was designed to say, be like, oh, the best luchador I can find, blah, 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 all that stuff, yeah, right? If they just brought him in, gave him a debut, big pop, have him squash someone, move on.
I think a debut would have... It's hard to put it. I've got what I want to say in my brain. I think he debuted at the right time, which was this week's Raw. The reason being, I felt like the main focus should well have been around the current people that are already there. We saw Seth and Punk. Mm-hmm. We saw Rhea and Liv.
Yep.
We saw... It's all gone out my mind now.
We saw John Cena. We saw The Rock.
John. We saw The Rock.
The mainstreamers.
We saw
Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa.
Roman and Solo.
Yes.
That I'm glad that went on first.
The people who are carrying the company right now, basically.
Yeah.
Plus old stars, plus mainstream.
Would have been nice to have seen Stone Cold.
See, I reckon. Honestly, I think deep down he was scheduled to be there. I honestly think that they've reached out to him and they were close to finalising the deal, but he didn't like the money. I just get this feeling with him.
Money.
He just didn't like the money, so it got cancelled last minute, and then they filled it with something. Because it would make sense. Like, he's one of the most recognisable guys in the wrestling business, especially for our era. Why wouldn't he be there?
Here's the thing as well, though.
Triple header as well.
In favour of Becky Lynch, take her.
Yeah, well, Becky Lynch, she was supposed to be in that segment, wasn't she? But then
It seems that way.
Yeah.
We discussed that as well. I think we talked about potential returns. So one that we didn't talk about, I guess I would like jumping all over the place for a bit
That's
now.
fine.
Is
part of the
fun. Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
She hasn't come back yet, but she's imminent, isn't she?
They've been talking about it, yeah. But obviously we said Charlotte and Becky Lynch before.
I don't think they need a Charlotte there at the moment.
What's your tongue, J-Dog man?
She's great, but I feel like we've got a Rhea.
But they're two very different people, man.
Yeah, but you've got a Rhea, but it's all you need the. You need the
OG.
You need the mustard and you need the ketchup together.
It's fantastic. So I don't like mustard, to be fair.
You don't have mustard and ketchup on a hot dog.
No, just ketchup.
Just ketchup.
But we've got. I don't. How many times have Charlotte and Rhea? How many times have Charlotte and Rhea fought though? Let's on the real. How many times have they been carded together?
They had they main evented a Mania. I'm sure they did.
What, Rhea and Charlotte?
100%.
Google it.
If that hasn't happened, I will be astonished. And I think we actually
Google
Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley WrestleMania 39, like last year.
That's 2 years ago.
You're right. Yeah.
Yes.
39. They in LA, Hollywood. Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley.
And we haven't seen Charlotte since, really, have we?
She's been injured, mate. Yeah, but she will come back, man. She's the OG.
Yeah,
she's established herself as the queen of that division, man.
Very good to see Rhea win her title back, and hopefully that is the last we see of Liv and Rhea.
We're moving on now, aren't they? She said that in the press conference.
Just want it to move on.
Yeah, that's finished.
Hogan came out, unfortunately. Just want to put that to bed right now.
Oh man,
that was the wrong move.
Oh
unfortunately, that's my A+. That would have been my A+. If he weren't there, it would have been an A+.
So you're going
I think he brought it down. He brought it down a bit.
He brought it down, but have you tried real
thumbs up, man?
Have you tried real American beer? Have you tried real American beer? That's what he was there for.
No, I haven't.
Because that's his beer, isn't it? Real American beer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
He doesn't drink though.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So I'll add that to the list of things I will never give a shit about in my life. Don't get me wrong. Like when I was a kid, massive Hogan fan. I loved Hogan. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Turns out he's a racist cunt. Yeah. Anyway,
he is racist. He is racist.
What else?
Supposedly.
What else are we gonna bring from that show?
That's it, really.
Steph and Punk, one of my mate. Fucking
Jenny, I mean, I just asked you for a grade.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't mean I'm not going to stop talking about it. I missed last week.
Go on, continue then. Go on, carry on.
One of the GTS that Seth, one of the GTSs that Seth hit on Punk was stiff as fuck.
Well, did you see his black eye?
And the receipt that Seth got from the GTS as well. The black eye, yeah.
On Monday Night Raw, literally 2 days ago, his eye was blick.
Yeah,
that was sincere. And also, he had a massive cut on his face, didn't he?
Seems that way, yeah.
Like during the
cheek
at the end, he did. Like it was deep cut by the looks of it.
It was on the cheek. I don't think it was that bad because it didn't look too bad this week. But yeah, I definitely noticed it, and I noticed the one before that you said, the one that he delivered, and then the one that he got back. But yeah,
I like how it feels like, and I believe at some point maybe there was genuine animosity between Seth and Punk in real life.
Oh, 100% there was.
I think it's always been there.
Yeah. There was a lot of online heat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of poking and prodding.
I mean, I saw something this week where it's
beef
I think
between
it was
Drake and Kendrick Lamar, that kind of thing.
I think it was either Devon. I think it was either Devon or Bubba Ray on their podcast. They said something like
Bubba's podcast, man.
These boys are pros at the end of the day. Like no matter what they've got going on with each other in real life, they're always going to say hello. They're always going to say goodbye. They're always going to do their business, which I think is the perfect way to set an environment like that.
Yeah.
And very, again, top match, great main event. We see Roman get the Ulafala back.
He's taking his Ulafala.
Yeah.
See, but just going full circle back to The Rock here. So this is why I think he ain't done
You see his face. You see his face.
Yeah, it was like very like the way he came out after the match, came into the ring, took the Ulafala from Paul Heyman, put it around Roman's neck, like long stare down. Like I know you said they're laying breadcrumbs, but I don't know, man. I just don't think they'd like go out of their way to put Rock in that spot unless there was something more to it.
Oh no, you're right. You're right.
The Rock didn't have to be in that spot. They could have just moved on from that. He came out and done his thing. They didn't have to have him come back out. You know,
but he did. But he did. And you're right. You're right. There's going to be some.
And I just can't see like Triple H. Like his storytelling has been so fucking good, man. Creatively, like all the stories that loop back round, all the backstories, all the different arcs that just always make sense to come together long term. Why would he fuck it up with this? Like he just wouldn't. Like the Raw after Mania,
there's something else going on.
Raw after Mania comes out, the Cody thing, the Bad Blood appearance 3 months ago. For the Rock to then just come out and go, "Oh no, I love Cody now, man. Let's go drink some tequila in the park and
what
we love each other."
And then what pisses me off about that is you've got Cody just think like this is. I think Cody's on a bit of a teeter now. What did we say? We're going to see a Homelander Cody at some point again.
Yeah.
I think people are going to start questioning. Well, hold on. Didn't you fucking hate him a few months ago? Didn't he tell you he's going to come for your title? The Raw after WrestleMania last year.
I think they were going to turn on him.
I think Cody will eventually turn, but it's going to be the most natural turn.
Yeah.
You know, what's Kevin got written on his KO got written on his shirt? Kevin is right. Yeah,
is that what's on the
Kevin
shirt?
is right. Yeah, I saw the sign saying KO is right, and then he came out. Kevin is right written on his shirt.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Well, we'll see, man.
We'll see. But yeah, no. Overall, A for me. There we go.
Thanks for the grade, J-Dog.
You're welcome.
Took about 20 minutes to tell us the grade, but we'll take it.
It's fine.
Go on.
We'll enjoy. Go on.
Age is about to press something on his sound, but I thought there was a round of applause coming there.
I'll save it.
Oh, that's a shame. Shame. Well, the Rumble stat though, isn't it? Sorry, I know we're just jumping into WWE, but we'll come to UFC in a minute.
No. It wasn't going to be UFC. What I was just going to say is, am I being? I don't know if I'm being pessimistic. You guys can obviously say, but you've seen this week's Raw, right?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yep.
Like we talked about the fact of the trail off that could potentially happen. Well, it's almost bound to happen from the first episode on Netflix, but I don't know. I don't think the same level of care and quality went into this week.
It was more. This week was more bringing it back to what is probably going to be consistent on TV.
Yeah.
What is more for the wrestling fans?
It was no, but like even just there's a few things like there. Yeah, I agree. And it actually was more for the wrestling fans.
Yeah. Last week was for the mainstream, for the general public, for the outer ring of fans that we want to reel in.
Even the production was just like, the production was super high. That was one of my favorite things that were actually on the Netflix thing.
Yeah.
Like even with some of the graphics and how they were promoting the matches and stuff like that. And like this time it was just like, it just felt like it was kind of like a B version of that.
It's going to be though, isn't it, man? You're going to you can't have a massive, like I said, they wanted to treat last week's Raw like a pay-per-view. Yeah. They wanted to make that special. You can't have that every single week.
Yeah,
otherwise, that ain't going to be special.
And that's the thing. We're talking about it. We spoke about last week.
Yeah.
How it's kind of pulling back to the different audiences. Basically, it's not just for us at this point, because obviously it's going to Netflix. They want to have a wider appeal, and the people that it's going to bring in. And I think if you're somebody who maybe takes notice of those things in terms of production and all that sort of stuff, if you don't know who the wrestlers are, because that's the only thing that you have to take.
Yeah.
What's happening on the show and what it looks like and stuff like that, and the quality of the story and the writing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just felt like it was just not as crisp.
I don't know.
It felt like just another episode of Raw before Netflix. To me,
I don't know if I agree, bruv.
I can see. I would say I wouldn't agree to an extent. I would say I can see it from both sides. Like, I think maybe what you're trying to say is the first episode of Raw on Netflix maybe set a bit of an expectation
Yeah.
for you for it to be consistently.
It would never be consistently like that. But even in production, you're saying, I don't know, like, yeah, it didn't have like the wraparound fans behind the stage and all that like it did. Like, I know what you mean. There were elements of it, but like they were trying to make last week like a pay-per-view. So I think maybe that's why it felt so well. They had a kickoff show for it. They had a press conference afterwards for it. So it was like a mini pay-per-view. It's like the pay-per-view production's always going to be bigger than a Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown will be. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they can't have that every week because then it's not going to make the big shows feel big. You know?
It's kind of upsetting as well, even just watching SmackDown afterwards, to be honest, because I know that obviously SmackDown was technically on.
You got on a low.
Gone on a low.
You feel like it's gone on a low.
No. I think that this is obviously more to do with the marketing and the deal and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, Raw was painted as the whole thing of like Raw on Netflix. But like we've technically got SmackDown on Netflix.
SmackDown's here too, guys.
I know it's not. I know in the US they've still got the thing with Peacock and all that sort of stuff. They still got about a year before that's going to go, right? But like it just felt like it was like, and here's SmackDown.
Oh no, for real! Like it was all very Raw on Netflix, wasn't it? And it's and we in select countries you'll get SmackDown.
Yeah, it's still promoted heavily here though. When you go about Netflix, like SmackDown is still there. Also, it's over here.
It was like, oh yeah, earlier this week we had our debut for Raw on Netflix whilst I'm watching SmackDown on Netflix. No mention of the fact that I'm actually watching SmackDown on Netflix.
Was it this SmackDown where you no, it was Raw. I'm pretty sure it was Raw and they had a SmackDown logo come on. It's like SmackDown's also on. There was, or it was the other way around on SmackDown. They had a Raw logo come on.
Oh, they had a.
Or was that an accident?
No. It was we're back. It was either a Raw. We're back on Netflix on Monday, or it was on the first episode of Raw, or this week's Raw, where they're saying they got SmackDown on the Friday on Netflix. It was one of the others, and I was like, this looks a bit funny because there's a whole Raw set there, and there's a SmackDown logo. It's a bit funny. But yeah,
trust you to notice that kind of shit, AJ.
I know.
J-Dog, man.
I noticed the weird and sort of.
But on the flip
shit.
side, we have the Royal Rumble, brother, at the end of the month, man.
Yeah, man. So we've got
America doesn't, so then they're gonna be like, oh yeah.
So we've got.
Sponsored by Real American Beer.
Is it actually?
I don't actually know. I'm just. I think this show should be sponsored by Real American Beer.
This show.
Yeah, Cajun Canvas.
Listen here, brother.
To be fair, Hulk hasn't got many options after that fucking segment, so we can come here and do one with us.
Yeah, man.
We'll have him
You're
in.
gonna come with a little slit in the top of your t-shirt.
See, the thing is though, like
We'll ask him to rip open the shirt and he'll just try. But
the way I see it, it was like they were booing Hogan basically because he wasn't on the show sooner. And they were waiting until he turned up, and they were so annoyed at that point they just decided to boo him.
His time. His time.
funny.
His time is over.
It's time.
I looked
Done
at the comments as well after reading up about it online, and there goes my phone.
There goes your handset.
Oh well,
You have a case on it though, don't you? You have a case.
yes. Yeah, the fans were basically saying even when he showed up in Tampa, you were at the show. You were at the Mania at Tampa, right?
Tampa. No.
Florida. I'm sure you went
33.
People were like, yeah, he was that the year that he showed up? There was a year that he showed up, and people were saying, yeah, he was there in Tampa, which is his hometown. And he was getting booed there as well.
I think Tampa, Florida. No, that was the year of COVID when they first had an audience back, wasn't it? I'm sure. No. I was in Orlando.
You're in Orlando.
Yeah.
Get it up.
Yeah.
Get it up.
Shit, wrong
Fact check.
No laptop for me today, guys.
That's all right, J-Dog. I think you're better off for it, to be honest with you.
I can just freestyle off my dome, man.
I'm off the dome.
Off the dome.
That's it, mate. That's a fountain of knowledge, fountain of shit that we don't need to know, but it's in there.
But you'll know anyway because I'll tell you. Yeah, basically.
Along with the list of shit you don't care about.
Yeah. I will add Hulk Hogan to that. It's top of my list in a moment.
37 was the one.
37. Yeah, that's time. Yeah, so that is the one after COVID. I'm pretty sure. When they first had an audience back, they had to do it there.
2021.
Because they were the first state to allow public gatherings again.
Yeah, he got booed there apparently.
Of course he did. He's going to get booed everywhere. Hogan could just fuck off now, man. I'm done with him. Just let him have his little moments here and there, backstage, couple of segments, whatever. But don't bring him out in front of a live crowd anymore. It's bad news.
Yeah.
He'll be limping his way to the ring with his freaking feathers and his, all that crap he does. I'm done with that, man. Moving on.
Yeah.
It's a new day.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Man.
Oh, yeah. Good segue.
See them back in the ring next week.
Good segue.
Yeah,
What do you think of no mustache Kofi? He
I
looks
think he looks fucking hilarious. Man.
no mustache, but the full beard.
I think he looks hilarious. He looks it's a good look for him. He looks like heelish, but he looks like a bit of a muppet though, doesn't he? Let's be honest, man.
Mate, I can't talk about that. I used to shave my tash, man. I just have a beard. It used to look Amish, man. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it looks so
You
crazy.
should shave this bit.
Yeah,
I just have.
yeah. Mate, there's gonna be episodes where
Mate.
you will look back and see that's exactly how I looked.
Mate, I can't say shit. I used to have a little cowboy strips.
Oh, that was it. That was your best iteration.
And
man.
nobody ever told me how shit it looks. They just let me roll with it. Just let me run with it.
I was just confused.
Everyone's so
That's it.
scared of you, Adam.
Confused.
Everyone is so scared
Yeah,
that if they say the wrong thing, you might kill them.
I'm only a little man. What the hell am I going to do?
You're a little man. You see the
used to have-
size of those 19-inch biceps? That's the pythons.
Pythons.
Smith and Wesson.
This ain't Hulk Hogan. To be fair, they're probably bigger than Hulk Hogan's now.
Probably.
He's gone a bit.
He is a bit old.
Yeah, he's-
Let's stop talking about that cunt anyway.
It's all right, we'll move on
sorry
from
for all the fans
But
that
they're
like him.
Kofi.
Kofi. Yeah, they're back in the ring next week.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting.
Cutting a promo or
No, they're in a match.
They actually said a match because
Yeah.
I saw the
It was announced on this Raw
production. Yeah,
because they had a segment, didn't they? And they said we'll be back in the ring next week. You'll see us.
see in the ring.
Yeah, man. They'll go over on someone. Maybe they'll put them in against Alpha Academy or something like that.
There's a lot happening in the tag division right now. Can't really
man.
keep up.
Well,
There's a lot going on.
it really is. Well, there's a SmackDown and Raw Tag Team Champions, isn't there? I can't really keep up with who the champs are all the time. But I know
tag-
Well, the current champs, we've got
To be fair,
DIY.
They're kind of doing
And we've
a
got-
tournament at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah,
to
we've
be
got
fair,
the War
we,
Raiders as
we
well.
were begging a few weeks ago for more tag team action. We now have it, and we can't keep up.
That was a few months ago now.
Yeah, it's low.
A couple of months ago.
It's too much. It's gone the other way.
Who's listening?
We were literally sitting here
Reveal
saying we
yourself.
want more tag team action, and now we're like,
And
that's
now
too much.
Now
too
we
much,
can't
man.
keep up. Now we can't keep up.
Yeah, we don't want any more.
I mean, the good thing is we've got now is we've now got Raw and SmackDown as both 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Now they're both on Netflix, so that we've got time
Oh, stop.
to have these kind of things going on.
Keep
right?
it 2 hours, man. I don't know. That's too much.
No, it's not.
3 hours each is too much, man. I preferred it when they did it for two. But yeah.
3 hours long may it be. 4 hours.
Yeah, I think it needs to be something special if you do 3 hours, to be fair.
Pay-per-view's 3 hours.
Not even pay-per-view. I think you can do a Raw occasionally 3 hours, but I think it needs to be like maybe a post Big Five or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a kind of just what they do, like after Mania, maybe after a SummerSlam, after a Survivor Series, after a Money in the Bank, those sort of things.
Yeah, the after party Raw.
Or maybe
Yeah.
bi-weekly.
Yeah, or maybe even just once a month. Just the first Raw of every month. It could be a 3 hour or something.
But now they're on Netflix. They don't really have a time constraint, do they? They can just kind of do what they want.
We don't even have breaks on Netflix.
That is a beautiful thing, by the way.
It's a bit awkward for us though.
Well, you can tell when America
they go.
are going commercial, but obviously
they bring up the little.
It goes black, and then sometimes they just throw the most random promo in there.
Yeah, they do.
It'll be like, oh yeah, here's
real American beer.
yeah. It's just like, okay,
Oh no, but I prefer that than a bunch of adverts every 10 minutes about car insurance.
Oh mate, the
honestly,
same
man,
shit.
Mate, when we watched it here on like TNT before
fucking-
Netflix, like every 10 minutes. It was like stupid.
Yeah.
Literally, like in between matches, like crazy, man.
That's what would always piss me off the most. I want to watch a match. I don't want to watch a fucking commercial in the middle of the match. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, someone's just about to get fucking suplex off the top rope, but we're gonna miss it. It's fine.
it's really funny when you actually go
Fuck
to
the audience,
when
right?
you go to a live show as well. They know when they go on commercial. And most of the time, they're just like doing really like they're slow rolling the wrestling. So like if someone drops down by the apron or whatever, they're just like crawling around, and the person just like clubs them on the back, but doesn't
Yeah.
like pick them up or anything. And then it just sort of like resumes.
Even more so.
they're just asleep on
This
the
week's
floor.
Raw when Chad Gable came out.
Yeah.
There was definitely a commercial break as he came to the ring.
yes, yeah, that's
Because it
another
was a
weird one.
long-winded.
It was a long walk,
Yeah.
but fucking great match, by the way, man.
What a match!
Yeah.
What a match! We'll cover that in a. Should we cover it now? Fuck it, Penta,
Penta, man, yeah.
Penta El Zero Miedo.
You didn't really know who Penta
Yeah,
was,
that's
AJ. We had to educate you on who Penta was.
So
So I'd seen his face and I've seen clips of him. So
You've
I
not seen-
recognized
you've
him.
not seen
but
his
I've
face.
Not, I've not seen not his face.
have. You
I've
have
seen
seen
his
him.
I've seen his get up, but I haven't actually.
Yes, you have.
I think maybe I have watched him wrestle.
You have. We watched them together in AEW at one of their very first pay-per-views. It was the Lucha Brothers against I can't remember who it was. Lucha Brothers against a tag team. Is it one of the? I think it was All In, one of the very first All In.
AJ wasn't there.
No, he watched it with me in my old flat.
Oh,
It was the same pay-per-view. It was Cody against Goldust.
Oh, where they were bleeding all over.
Wasn't that Double or Nothing?
I made you bleed, boy.
Was that
Yeah,
Double or
I
Nothing?
think it was Double or
It
Nothing.
was a tag match there, yeah. So yeah, you've seen Penta there. He was one half of the
Yeah.
Lucha.
Was it Young
yeah.
Bucks? No, it weren't Young. Was it Young Bucks?
Could have been the Young Bucks.
It could have been
yeah,
anyone.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they were one of the headliners.
We saw Penta live.
We did. We saw him all in at
All
Wembley
In.
Stadium.
Yeah, sorry, AJ. You covered a few last week. That's my only live event.
You've been to All In.
He embedded several chicken kebab skewers into John Moxley's head.
I remember, where were we when that was all going? We were watching that watch party, weren't we? I'm sure.
No, we were watching
That
that
was at the live.
Oh, that was live.
All In. Did you not see that?
Wait, that's probably a point where I couldn't remember what was going on. I had a few by that point.
Mate, I remember watching it. I was thinking, oh, fuck.
But you remember, I said like I couldn't literally remember half of that pay per view. I had too many beers. You're right.
Excuse us for a second while AJ tries to not
on,
break
man?
anything while he gets his phone. Oh, easy
I was
now.
at the phone.
Easy now. Hold on there now.
Man, he's got it. He's got it. But yeah, Penta, man, yeah, what a debut.
Penta had an incredible debut. We saw the Penta driver, which I think pre-Netflix wouldn't have been allowed.
That's like an in between.
They called it Mexican Destroyer.
No, there's Mexican Destroyer, which is essentially a Canadian Destroyer, right? They're kind of the same thing. Maybe they're done a bit differently.
Destroyers.
They do about 50 of them weekly on AEW.
Yeah,
Dynamite, and that's not knocking them because I like watching AEW, but there's a lot of them.
it looks pleasing.
Yeah,
Chad Gable.
100%. Yeah.
Have you noticed that they put Chad Gable in a lot of matches where he's putting talent over now?
Yeah.
He's that good in the ring.
Yeah.
You gotta respect Chad, man.
but he does what he said. He does need a title this year. I
think that's his thing, but I think he's just
They've been pushing him, yeah.
Yeah, like this is a great spot for him. He's
Yeah.
going to get a lot of ring time. He's like a gatekeeper, unequivocally a gatekeeper. It's not like he has like a massive win record, but he's just good, man.
Yeah.
like you have a good match with Chad Gable, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Penta, he sold that freaking what do they call it? The Penta move.
What the
Mexican Destroyer.
Mexican
Mexican
Destroyer?
Destroyer.
Oh, Chad
Gable
sold that like a
to
dream.
perfection.
Yeah, amazing,
Perfection.
absolutely amazing.
Like, I think you put it on the story, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, don't look at me. I didn't put it on the story.
Well done, AJ. Okay, you don't do anything on the story, do you?
Not,
Jaden?
no, I will. It will pick
You
up.
need to step up, mate.
It'll pick up. I'm sorry, boys.
But yeah, brilliant move.
When we started this podcast, I had a lot of free time. When we started up. Now, it's very difficult to find some time. But no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that as an excuse because you boys are very fucking busy as well.
Call Adam Forsyth. Call him.
He won't even answer the phone. That's how busy he is.
He answers the phone to me. Thanks, Adam. We love you.
Yes.
I guarantee if you called him, he wouldn't answer.
He wouldn't answer now, no. But no, you're right. New Year's resolution is to be more active. And I was at the beginning and it slowly dipped off. I'm not going to lie.
Be as active as Penta in the ring.
All right, then.
But yeah, he won, didn't he? So yeah, fair play to Penta, man. Great debut.
Yeah, he was wicked.
And welcome to the squad.
He was the highlight. He was the highlight of this episode of Raw.
Yeah. But it made sense for him debuting on this episode of Raw, bruv. Because nobody knows who Penta is, man. Like the outer ring of fans, nobody knows who that guy is. He ain't going to be as
Of
effective.
WWE fans,
Yeah.
but wrestling fans in general, he's been in TNA, he's been in Ring of Honor, he's been in AEW, he's been in Lucha Underground, he's been
Everywhere.
He's been
TNA,
everywhere.
Impact.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. The thing is, you have to take into account both of these two episodes they've been in California. That's the ideal place for him as a Mexican wrestler.
Yep.
That is the place for him to debut because the crowd is going to know him. They got a heavy Mexican draw. The Mexicans traditionally love wrestling, even the lucha stuff, but also WWE.
Yeah.
So they done the right thing of debuting him on either of those. Well, obviously this week, but I think last week could have worked as well because it would have been downtime in LA.
So
Pat McAfee said it was too big of a signing to keep a secret.
it was the worst kept secret. Yeah. Well, we all knew. I mean, WWE wanted both of them, didn't they? Wanted both the Lucha Brothers. They wanted Penta and they wanted Rey Fenix.
Yeah.
And
every time I kept going to the comments, that's all I would see: gifs of Penta.
You know the way Michael Cole said his second to Rey Mysterio.
No, but he quoted someone else, didn't he?
No, I think he said Rey Mysterio has always been known as the greatest luchador of all time.
And Penta is the very close
A
second.
very close second. Yeah, he put that out there straight away.
I'm going to bring this up. I need to double check this. But yeah, carry on.
Going back to the whole, they were meant to sign both of them thing. So I think there was almost pen to paper deal on both of them coming over.
Yes.
However, something that Tony Khan went back on his word on was holding people back if they've been off due to injury. So there was an injury clause in the contract, I believe, but they said he's always said that he would not honour it if people wanted to leave when they were injured, etc., or if they've had time off or injured, and he went back on his word. And there we go. So that's why we don't have Ray.
He posted on his story, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because I saw somebody repost it. He posted a picture of him and Pence together, and I can't remember what he said. He said something like "see you soon" or something along.
I will see him soon.
Yeah,
he'll be around. He has to be, man. He has to be. Oh, but then again, Penta was like the way he looked on Raw, man. He looked like a main event talent.
He is a main event.
The way that we're presenting him, the way he was like his entrance, his whole package, he looked like a solo main event talent. He feels like it anyway. So maybe if you then bring Ray in and put them in a tag team, it might devalue him a bit. I don't know.
I think they are. Well, you never know. He's both single stars in their own rights, but also a very good tag
What are
team.
you bringing up, AJ? What you found?
Mysterio is the absolute best luchador in the history of this planet. Many believe.
Tepec, Mexico, weighing in at 87 kilos, Penta!
You know, Pat, many say Rey Mysterio is the absolute best luchador in the history of this planet.
What did he say at the beginning of that? What's the first word he said?
Many consider Rey Mysterio.
Oh, many consider.
87 kilos, Penta!
You know, Pat, many say Rey Mysterio is the absolute best luchador in the history of.
Many say. Okay.
AJ, you're right, bro. You had to play that- you
I
had to
fucking
play
couldn't
that
hear.
3
Fucking
times.
Mugging.
He sounded a bit weird the way he said it.
He was speaking clear English, man.
You only got half of it.
I heard all of it.
All right.
Anyway,
This
Yeah.
is the kind of shit that we fucking do, guys. We're just petty about
Just
fucking
listen.
small stuff.
Just listen carefully.
all right.
Go on. Carry on.
is English not your first language? We touched earlier. I'm moving the goalposts here a bit. We touched earlier on the Rumble in a couple of weeks' time,
Fucking
and
stacked.
who we're having. So let's start off. Roman Reigns, Punk, Seth, Drew,
Cena.
Cena.
How could you miss Cena, man?
I can't see him.
Hey! Did you see what he did in the press conference as well? He made a joke about that.
Yeah.
He was like, what did they say to him?
It's great to see you.
Great to see you. And he was like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. He gets him. But yeah, anyway, go on.
Yeah, so
Rumble.
There we go. We've got the Rumble. This is looking stacked already.
Yeah. What are we going to do for that, boy? We need to come up. AJ, you were saying that do the
We should go and camp outside the box park.
camp
We're just sit
outside.
on our phones watching it.
Yeah.
Oh,
in
what,
the freezing cold.
In protest.
Bring a giant projector and just project it on the side of the building.
To be fair, I could just drive my new vehicle down there. It's big enough.
Yeah,
Get a
new
projector
Rangers.
out.
Projector on the roof.
Pull out. I could get my headlights. We can make that work.
We could make that work.
We'll discuss. We do need to sort something.
Just make sure you
But
stay
what about-
seated in your car because you will get towed.
Yeah, we will. What about numbers, though? We're going to do number picks.
So, what we did last year, we were in Box Park.
Yeah.
We can't do it this year because of Netflix.
Yes.
So, thank you Netflix for bringing us Raw, but no thank you Netflix for depriving us of live
The watch party issues.
watch parties.
I actually double checked that on Instagram, and apparently somebody's reached out to there's like the Department of
Wankers and
Entertainment
Netflix.
and blah 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 or something like that, and apparently a bunch of people have been reaching out about that and they're reviewing it. So
I don't think it'll be done in time. By the time the Rumble
What
comes,
it is now that there's live television on Netflix that BBC are going to go TV license money, please.
whatever.
There we go.
whatever.
Just
Nah.
never answer the door to him. Anyone
Pay TV
watching?
license for that.
Huh?
You don't have to pay TV license for
What
it.
to watch live television?
Yeah, if you're there's a fucking weird loophole. There's some guy a lawyer who I watch who fucking talks about this on YouTube all the time.
Basically, just don't answer the door to anyone who says they're from TV license. If they answer and say, just close the fucking door on him. See you later.
We are giving some terrible advice here. On
That's
how to
the best
handle-
advice anyone could give.
Okay, fine.
Don't answer the door.
Close the door.
I have one. If the government is listening,
Go on.
that is fine. I have one.
Go on. Oh, you have I have a TV license as well.
Yeah, I definitely have a TV license.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah,
100%.
No, we're all citizens here.
JD's an advocate for
I don't even watch TV.
people having the freedom to do what they want.
Oh yeah,
to
man,
do,
I
you
love
know?
the BBC, man.
I just listen to podcasts all day. I don't even listen. I don't even watch TV. I just listen to Cage and Canvas all day, every day.
And that's how we get our views.
That's
right. So Rumble in a couple of weeks. We will not be going to Box Park, so maybe we can do a little something.
We'll do some number picks, man. I think we should all have numbered picks.
We're gonna record it. We're gonna record
sort it
it.
out.
Last year I had a smasher, and technically Stone Cold on this table is mine. And Adam swiftly after finding out that was a prize, went in his back pocket.
It's Cage and Canvases now.
It's now Cage. It's now property of Cage and
That's
Canvas.
it, man. It belongs
You
to the
can't see the
masses.
back of his head, but he's got the logo on the back of his head that we imprinted on him.
But I can't wait for the Rumble. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I love
good
the
to
Rumble.
good to see the first paper.
We're going to do the picks on here.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Yeah,
really,
we're going to
shouldn't
do the picks on here.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think okay, so this is something I've been thinking about, right?
Yeah, no. You are head.
How
of,
are you-
You are head of the Royal Rumble. You do it well. You do it very well. Yeah, right. Go on.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to pick a WWE game, a throwback one, and we're going to have a triple threat match, and whoever wins will get the first pick.
Didn't we do this last year?
No.
No, we've done something different.
Right. So, but there's got to be boundaries
I
here, though,
remember
right?
what we did
Okay. Because if we're going to do a vintage game, or we
A vintage game.
we can't just play the latest 2K.
No, we're playing a vintage game.
Oh my god. All right, fine. So if we're doing that,
even in
there's
the
got to
playing
be.
field.
There's got to be boundaries about which wrestlers you can pick, man.
No, because the games are unbalanced back then. You could have Trish Stratus beat up fucking Stone Cold and pick up the Big Show and stuff like that. It was
Alright,
before it
fine.
was simulated. Well, depending on what year we go back to. Around about 07, they started to like balance that stuff.
So we're going to have a triple threat match. Why can we not do a triple threat ladder match?
No, I'm not saying that it's got to be bound to a regular triple threat. It's going to be a triple threat of some kind. It'll be us. No computer, no
Okay.
CPUs in there.
Okay, fine.
Whoever wins that match gets the first, and then the other two can then have a singles match of some kind.
We used to
Battle for
find that,
second
man.
and- to battle for second and
It
third.
doesn't matter what game it is. You're
It
both
doesn't
fucked. You're both fucked.
I was going to say you lot are both fucked.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring
think-
it back to 2K23. And I think we were here. I think we had a few of us here. We had 3 controllers
Deadest
on.
game. That
And
was the
I
deadest
won
one.
every single match that we played, and your new boys did not want to play.
I was
anymore.
half asleep, man.
I literally don't remember.
Do you also remember when you shut down the console on me because I was whipping your butt? For 7 minutes? Do you remember that? You didn't even let me finish the match.
yeah.
I think we should go back to the highest rated game then, which was what, SmackDown 2?
No, we said it on here. It was actually, was it SmackDown 2?
SmackDown 2, yeah.
It was SmackDown 2, and then after that,
That
it
was in
was
episode
Then it was
13.
Shut Your Mouth, wasn't it? After that,
Yes,
that was
yeah.
1 and 2.
SmackDown 2. So I think let's play SmackDown 2 then.
SmackDown 2.
Yeah. All right.
You lot are done. Whip your butts. Fine. So,
Nah.
so whoever wins Elena, so whoever gets that gets the number 1 pick.
And then number 2 and 3 will battle in a singles match of some kind. Doesn't have to be
That
a
should be
regular
a ladder
singles
match. That should be a
Layers
ladder
here.
match.
Layers.
Doesn't it could be anything. Even the one with 3 people. It could be a cage match. It could be tables. It could be whatever.
I really do love how you're throwing yourself under the bus here, because you're not going to win any of these matches.
You don't think we're going to win any of these?
You might win against Adam in the second and third.
JD,
match.
I think you're talking a very big game.
Massive
You
game,
are
man.
talking a massive
You are under.
game right now.
Look.
When was the last time that you played anything that's pre 2010?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's all up here.
All right, man. To be fair, JD's
all
muscle
up here.
memory is pretty crazy, man. He remembers some stupid shit.
Yeah, so do you.
Do I?
Yeah. We played the Titantron games.
Oh yeah, mate. WWE's, mate. You know I love the product, man. So I'm going to remember shit about that. But JD just remembers random things, mate. Random things about life. You know that useless knowledge that he's got up in there.
Yeah, that whole bunch of useless shit that no one really wants to know.
And
To be fair, I'm
you
kind of
will
in the
know.
same boat.
And a big, massive list of shit you don't care about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So who do you think is going to win the Rumble? Throw somebody out there now.
Cena.
Cena.
Drew McIntyre. I also have another subject.
CM
on
Punk.
this. Okay,
Okay.
you're going with Punk.
Right. Let's lock that in now, please. So Cena,
Cena
Drew
for JD, Drew McIntyre for me.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Right.
But that's literally just us throwing names out. There's other names that could be announced.
Tell you what, it won't be Cena.
Could see the return of Brock Lesnar after they mentioned him on thing.
Imagine that. Man. I'll tell you what.
Imagine when the music gets.
Mate, he'll get more booze than Hogan did.
Nah, he will get
No
a
way.
big
He'll get
fucking
the-
pop, boy.
His pop will be
Yeah, it could be
massive.
immense.
Even
immense
after
pop.
everything has happened, all the stuff that he's
Vince has been
supposedly
cleared.
been involved.
Vince has been
Yeah,
cleared.
but he's announced that he's been cleared, but that investigation's still ongoing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He was only associated guilty alongside with Vince, and now Vince has been cleared.
Mate, I hope, honestly,
I think that WWE actually knew about that. The fact that they even mentioned him
Yeah.
on the thing on Netflix, and then not long after that,
yeah.
like the news comes out about Vince being cleared, they definitely knew. 100% they knew.
Well, Vince was like, yeah, I'm putting it all behind me now. Putting
Yeah.
it all behind me.
An accounting error,
An accounting error, bollocks.
or whatever he said it was.
Yeah, just some errors by my accountancy relating to some payments I made.
It
when I
was pretty
CEO.
much
It's
an
like-
error in who he picked to fucking sex traffic, basically. 'cause
What the hell?
Someone
It's like-
spoke out.
We have paragraphs of text messages. Paragraphs of text
Yeah.
messages.
It's a bit like the Rock and Cody storyline. It's just been brushed under the carpet, man. It's just gone. Like, I'll forget everything. Forget all of that ever happened.
Yeah.
You know, I'm clear. You know, I wasn't playing. I wasn't calling.
Man, no, it's so
my
messed
sex
up.
toys wrestlers. Anyway,
When there's no plans calling to the old sheets of dirt that Brock is coming back anytime soon.
I would love that so much, man. Like
if he didn't come
entry
back?
number 30. Les's music hits
Damn.
Right, so why isn't Cena winning the Rumble?
because he's being heavily advertised for Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber, he's going to do it, I think.
Yeah, so he won't win the Rumble, but he'll win an Elimination.
I think
Chamber.
Would you not have told me that before I picked him?
Well, I thought you would have just known that.
I think it was too on the nose.
Yeah.
He's going to be one of the last two.
Final four.
This is okay. I've got a question, right?
Go on.
So in the last every single year, we always have WWE also push someone
Yes.
who is normally in like the final 8, I say, and then you have the other people who are going to be in the final 4. Do you have a wild card pick who's going to be in that kind of
Right, here's
the guy who you don't expect, who is an early entrant and last, and he's standing in there with legends and current.
So just to revolve that slightly. So
people.
yes, so you've got whoever's going to be in the final, normally the final 6.
Yeah, it's normally in that realm of 8 to 4 sort
Yes.
of.
And then you also normally have the workhorse. So you have the one person in there who's in there for like an elongated amount of time. So comes in at like number 5 and lasts all the way to number 30. and
The
gets
last couple of
eliminated.
times it was Gunther, wasn't it?
Gunther was the workhorse the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And he actually
I think he'd done it twice, didn't he?
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
made it to the final 2.
Both years.
Yeah. So who's going to be the workhorse? I think an LA Knight will be the workhorse this year.
Ooh,
So he will be in there for a good 45 minutes to an hour.
that's bold.
He'll make it from like right at the very beginning all the way until the end, but he won't win it. And then I think in the final 6, like the breakout, well, to be fair, LA Knight or Chad Gable, one of them two. And then the final, and then who's going to be the wild card in the final 6? Who's just somebody they need to just push just to say, right, he's here. Maybe Bronson Reed will come back.
Too soon.
You think?
Yeah, a bit too soon for him.
Yeah, bit too early.
Or maybe someone from the White 6.
Jey Uso.
But he's
Will be
already
in the
he's
6.
already in
He's
the main event
established.
scene. He's in the main event scene. He's already
Main
there.
event Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe Solo.
Solo, yeah.
What
Might see
about
Solo come back.
anybody who's I only follow it very very vaguely on the socials, but is anybody like kind of pushing their name in NXT?
Well, Obafemi is
Obafemi, yeah.
Obafemi's the new NXT
He's the new champ, isn't
Ethan
he? Yeah.
Page.
He's incredible talent, man.
Who's the
Top boy.
other guy who I said
Trick
last time?
Williams.
Trick, yeah.
Who's that trick, mate? He'll be in the Rumble
Maybe.
because they get a couple of NXT stars in there, don't they?
Yeah.
Or
I think they'll be.
Will Joe Hendry
Joe
an
Hendry.
appearance.
Sing it.
say his name
Please don't
and
sing it.
he'll appear? I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yes. Applause.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
We're going to take a shot of that and post it on our social media. Thank you.
Tag Joe Henry.
Will there be
Joe Henry, you know.
Joe
Who's Joe
Hendry.
Henry? Isn't Joe Henry fucking Joe Hendry, fucking Mark Henry's son? I'm not even joking. Is his name fucking Joe?
Bruv, I got no fucking idea.
Or maybe there'll be a number 31 and The Rock will come out and just win the whole thing.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Because he is the final boss, bro.
The final boss.
If he decides he wants the
On
number
the nose.
31, he'll make that shit happen. He'll come in and eliminate Roman.
Yeah.
All right, it's 2 weeks away. That's a possibility.
Or maybe even the fact that like he could go in there. Yeah, he doesn't make it to the end. He gets eliminated by someone else, and that starts off the rivalry.
Rock's definitely eliminating Roman. Rock is definitely
What
eliminating.
can you imagine? Brock's in at number 30, clears
Hey,
house,
here's,
and then
here's
31
one. Here's
for
one.
Rock.
Here's one for the 6. Here's one for the 6.
Oh, my God.
Oh man, Jacob.
Jacob Fatu. He could be the workhorse. Or the top 6. Actually, yes. Great
Yeah, that's actually a good
shout.
point.
JD, well done.
But he's
We'll see, of
gonna
course.
mate this year. This year is Jacob's year, man. If it's not Jacob's
I like
year
that
this
one.
year, it's definitely next year. But fuck me,
it.
like if he does not get pushed now,
Or Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer. He'll come in at number 30 with some Real American Beer. Clear house. Win-
He'll walk in the ring and be like this, trying to rip his
I was
t-shirt.
thinking,
And
I
someone
was
will throw him
thinking,
over the top rope.
I was thinking the prime bottle.
Jimmy Hart will win.
The prime bottle will be in the top 6 for sure.
KSI.
Yeah,
Logan Paul, yeah, man, he's a
Speed or
welcome.
someone.
There's been people are saying Logan Paul's going to have gun for a Mania, isn't it? That's what the rumor
that's
is.
the talk. That's the talk.
Paul Heyman was on Impulsive last night.
Fuck off. With
Yeah, we should watch that. He was on Impulsive. I haven't watched it yet.
That's
but
gonna be my back to work.
that'd be really good.
Podcast.
Yeah. That's been worth
tomorrow
seeing. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Rumble, man. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's been looking
What about the women's? Come on, we got to
Women's
acknowledge
Rumble.
the women's.
There's a women's rumble? I'm joking. It's going to be the opener of the card.
Yes, it will be probably.
And
I don't
Becky.
know, mate.
Becky Lynch, mate.
Probably. Because she's due to Becky or Charlotte, maybe. Charlotte will make a return at the Rumble.
I want Charlotte
Win
to
it.
make a return.
We're not saying
Maybe
There's
Alexa
nobody-
Bliss. We're not saying Bliss. No,
No.
no show.
I don't think Bliss.
Which woman realistically are you going to want to see face Rhea Ripley at Mania for the women's title? Because that's what it's going to be. It'll be Rhea Ripley against somebody. Who do we want to see? And bear in mind, I think that it's now time for Rhea to let someone put her over. So no, other way around. She needs to put someone over.
she's only
again.
just over Liv.
Title.
Well, she had her moment 2 years ago against Charlotte. She won the title against Charlotte at Mania 39.
Yeah, but a lot of these people, they have kind of decent stretch of decent runs. Like it was kind of before that it was Bianca Belair, and then you had Becky Lynch and Charlotte before. Like I don't really know who it would be right now. Like,
There needs to be.
there needs to be someone else. Yeah, I agree.
So someone needs to pin Rhea clean at Mania and just.
Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Been off for a
She's-
few weeks.
She's the woman.
And
I feel-
they pushed her when she showed up at the Rumble last year. It was last year? Last year when she had the debut?
Jade Cargill did not debut at the Rumble last year, no.
Did she?
Naomi came back last year.
I feel
for
like
the
she
Rumble.
did. No, I feel like
She did. She had a face off with somebody in the she had a
Yes.
face off with Bianca.
Yes, she did. She
At
did.
the
She
Rumble?
did.
Yeah.
I'm sure she did. I'll do a fact check.
Who eliminated Jade then?
I don't remember.
Jade Cargill, Royal
Interesting.
Rumble 2024. Yeah, Jade Cargill makes her debut at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
She was in there.
Was we that drunk?
She had a face off. She had a face off with Bella. I remember.
You were probably networking at the time. You were doing the rounds in box.
Oh, mate. Shout out to everyone there because everyone has their own wrestling channel. at
Yeah,
Box
I
Park. Everyone. Wrestlings were there.
Wrestle things. For
Wrestlings were there. Yeah.
Shout out to Wrestlings.
There was a good few other podcasters there as well.
Yeah, it was a
yeah.
ministry or something.
Ministry of
something.
Wrestling.
There was a few of them, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But none of them
You
ain't
got
got,
the podcast,
They ain't got
you got
shit on us though, man.
Hey,
The inside
Leave
the ropes.
hey.
Inside the ropes, guys.
let's not
Right?
shit on other podcasts here.
I'm not shitting on anything, but I just know they haven't got shit on us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fair
well,
play to what they're doing.
last year we weren't podcasters, so you know,
I'm joking.
they had shit on us then, but not right now. Caging Canvas is where it's at, boys.
Respect.
But much love to all the wrestling fans and podcasts as well.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm only messing. I'm messing. Yeah, love to them all. Jade Cargill, though, I think. Yeah, it's a
Jay
great
Cargill
shout.
was a good shout. Stephanie Vaquer from NXT. She's big indie girl in NXT now. I think she'll make an appearance in the Rumble at least anyway.
The people want Jada
Very
Parker,
great.
man.
Jade Parker. Yeah, it's been a lot of
Jada
talk about her.
Parker.
A lot of talk about her. Isla Dawn.
Yeah.
Shakira Jackson. There's plenty.
Dominic Mysterio in the Women's Rumble.
Liv Morgan, obviously. She's just had a bit of a program. I don't know. It's wide open in the women's division. It could be anybody. But I think they need to establish some bigger women's stars in that division moving forward going into next year. There needs to be more.
It's
all a bit of a massive pool of talent, but not a lot that are making noise.
I forgot to obviously mention this before because we were talking about all the new belts, the women's belts that have kind of come through now. So obviously we're going to have more. They're going to have a lot more action for women on the roster because they've created more belts. But I think the reason why they created more belts is because to do with the deal. Because similar to UFC, whenever they have a pay-per-view card, that's part of the reason why they always force interims to all the time.
Yeah, to get the belts.
Because apparently it's something to do in the deal. I remember seeing something about this before. Apparently they basically use it to it's part of their deal with the companies that they'll basically be broadcasting with. So that's the reason why they also created the BMF, because it's another belt, but it's not like a belt, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they can use it for when they're like
to bring out the draws.
You know, like,
No,
this is a numbered event. Oh, but it doesn't have a belt on it. Okay, we'll put the BMF on there.
Yeah,
So
that's good. It just elevates matches and fights.
and I think it's
doesn't
a similar thing with this, where they've probably have to have a certain amount of title matches or something like that, so they can sell merch and bring more eyes to matches that probably just seem like regular matches to people. So now it's like, okay, we have a women's US, we have a women's intercontinental. It just kind of gives it a little bit more
prestige. It
Well,
elevates.
I like-
Whenever there's a belt on the line, it elevates the fact that the event, doesn't it? The fight. That's why the numbered pay-per-views at UFC have belts. Right, they always do.
But that's the thing. I don't know. Like,
Unless there's a Conor McGregor.
it does
headline
seem
in
like
it.
it's a bit thin though. We didn't even mention the fact that there's a new women's title holder on Raw.
Valkyria, Intercontinental Champion, first ever
new
women's
IC title.
Intercontinental Champion.
I
Yes.
thought that it was going to go the other way.
It
But
was a good match.
Dakota Kai could have, I would have pitched her to be
I
to
was
be my
banking
pick.
on that. Yeah.
They still need to do more for me, man. They still need to do more.
Well, look, this is an opportunity now. There's 2 extra belts for the women. This is an opportunity for them to really shine.
Yes.
We're going to see a lot more women's programming on it.
Yes.
I think. What kind of I wouldn't say pisses me off. I would say what irks me with the women's like segments in general. It's all very. They were like, "Hey girls, hey," and all of this. Be a bit more fucking badass, man.
Yeah,
Be a
I
bit more
agree.
Rhea
I
for me.
agree with you.
I just fucking
The pussies.
no. Mate, I could never do what they do. So calling them a pussy, I would say, no, it probably ain't the best word.
You know what I mean? Promo wise, they
yeah.
sound like a bunch of girls, man.
Make it a bit more edgy.
That's it.
I think they've got to be a little less stereotypical
That's it.
Yeah.
and a bit more, just fucking
Be bitches.
Go and get
get
it.
out there and fucking go
and
for
get
it.
it.
Be
Don't-
mad bitches, man. Just start fighting, man.
Yeah.
Have a cat fight. Call each other names, man. Just like be believable in your promos. Don't play fight. Fucking fight.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it goes with
Ruthless aggression.
It depends on the character, but because
Yeah, it all depends on their character, but
I know what
yeah.
you mean though.
Oh, no.
As a general, just a bit more. I want to see a bit more of a split because
Rather than
obviously
just
they
the
got
template kind of.
yeah.
But even
It's been
like
out
the
for a
war
long
games,
time.
like the women's war games match at Survivor Series last year, like I just like even like the selling, it just was all a bit.
It
soft.
needs a lot of work.
Mate,
Yeah.
Naya's chair work, boy.
It's all soft, man. They need to step
mental.
up. But that's where that. But when Charlotte, she's so good, man.
Oh yeah,
Because she's like rough in the ring. She's believable. She sells really well. She executes moves like to perfection. So she makes everything look like legit. And her promos are wicked as well. Like she sounds like her dad. She's like very Ric Flair in what she does. Woo! So yeah, bring back Charlotte, man. Hopefully that'll reinvigorate
she's
the division a little bit.
definitely like on a different level to a lot of the.
and that's why we don't really need to see her that often. Now that's not me saying I don't want to see her often, but when she's there, you know.
Yeah, agreed.
But that's the thing as well. Like if she comes back and she does that, and obviously we've got Rhea Ripley now as well, who's really good at acing it as well. Like they just kind of make a lot of the other talent look shit.
Yes.
I think there's a few exceptions to it. I think mainly the people who are like right at the top, like a Becky Lynch or a Bianca Belair. But other than that, like a few of the other girls, it's not really
Questionable. They need to do more with it.
Yeah,
They need to do more. Triple H, do more with the women's division. We all agreed on that.
They're doing their bit at the moment, but as I've said, this is an opportunity for them now to really fucking put it out there and let's go.
Just before we move on to UFC though, the final point, did you guys see the Damien spot with Finn Balor, that broken arrow that they did in the main event, the street fight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa. That was fucking mad.
That was mental.
Up in the stands, and then he literally broke an arrow him through the tables.
Through the table.
That was a mad spot. A few inches literally the other way, and that could have literally been head first, broken neck.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought that was a good match, though. I thought that was a good match. It was a good main event.
Yeah, I'd agree. Again, I don't really want to see any more Finn versus Damien.
No, mate. This finished it off, man. This finished it off.
I think Finn needs to break away now. Maybe start either make his own faction where it's not Judgment Day, or he needs to just there'll be the
implosion of Judgment Day now, I think, and Priest will move on to maybe Priest to be the workhorse in the Rumble.
Yeah.
So, mate, this I don't keep going back to the Rumble. This Rumble is stacked, mate.
Yeah, and we thought last year was stacked when we had Punk back.
It could go anywhere. It could go either way. But yeah, I think that rivalry's in the rearview mirror now, man. I think that's done.
Yeah, it needs to be, man. Yeah, it needs to be. I want to see less of Priest versus Gunther as well, to be honest.
Well,
I don't want to see that anymore.
It was Gunther against Jay at Saturday night's main event. At the end of the month,
buddy.
For the title. Maybe Jay will get the belt. Ooh. We'll see.
Where the fuck is Logan Paul?
Don't need to see him.
He's just chilling, man. He was in the audience at Raw, wasn't he? He was on the kickoff show as well.
Okay, so he was in the audience. I remember he was on the kickoff, but that's part of the reason why I'm just like, where is he?
He'll be there, man.
Because he hasn't been there in the first 2 episodes since it's launched.
Imagine if Logan wins the Rumble.
He will be in the Rumble.
That'll be heat.
Imagine if he wins.
That'll be heat.
He's a wild card, man. Logan Paul, imagine, he would be mad if he won the Rumble. The bragging rights he would have for that, to say, I won my first Royal Rumble and I won it.
It's not his first Royal Rumble.
He's never been in a Royal Rumble match.
Did he not have a spot of Ricochet in the Rumble?
No.
Was that another match?
That was a ladder match.
Oh, is it?
That was a ladder match. That was the Money in the Bank.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Logan's first Rumble.
Mate, if he comes into the Rumble, imagine if he came in number 1 and won the whole thing.
Maybe he'll be the workhorse.
That was a sick arena.
That was a Saudi arena, I'm sure.
No, it wasn't. It was somewhere in the States.
That was Hollywood, man. That was 39, I'm sure.
That was a sick arena. I'm trying to remember what that was.
Logan Paul Ricochet spot. That was when they both jumped off of the ropes on either side and just collided.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Cody and Carmelo Hayes that tried to emanate that?
Money in the Bank 2023.
Yeah. Cody and Carmelo was meant to do that spot as well. It's something similar with cutters, I think, and they fucked
yes, there we are. I remember that. Yeah, but it went a bit bodged, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, man. Lots to come. Lots upcoming. Upcoming. But yeah, welcome back, J-Dog.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. And I'm done. See you later.
See you later, mate. But now UFC this weekend, though, man. I'm glad it's back.
Oh yes, we made it.
I said
we made it to fight week.
UFC 3-1-1.
3-1.
311, yeah.
Islam Makhachev.
We haven't even mentioned about this, but there was obviously the doubt of what was going to happen if they were going to be there, because obviously you had the California wildfires that are happening out there between Netflix and this. It's gone crazy.
Nothing stands in the way of Dana White and
news,
UFC. Yeah, that's a shame.
The fires are ridiculous.
Have you seen people lost their homes and stuff? It's bad.
You seen the extent of some of the damages?
Seen it.
It's crazy.
It's a wasteland at the moment, man.
It's mental.
There are obviously a few areas where it's not affected because it's mostly concrete, but if there's anywhere where there's kind of near the coastal line where you kind of have certain growth and stuff.
Some odd little conspiracies coming off the back of that as well. Apparently a lot of people in that area got their insurance cancelled a few months prior. They have is it a reservoir that goes on one side and they stop the water coming down that?
Yeah, because they rerouted it to a dam and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So a whole bunch of stuff.
They fucked him, basically.
So they saw it coming and thought, we're cancelling your insurance before it happens.
They seem it's speculation. I don't know how true it is, but there's been chatter.
It's mad though, man. Just shows you, mate, the world, mate, is something happening with this weather, mate.
No, mate.
It's like our summers are getting warmer, hotter. Like, do you remember, was it last year or the year before? We had like the hottest day we've ever had here.
Yeah, man.
It was like 38 degrees or something like that.
Yeah,
I remember sitting in my lounge with like basically naked, just like I couldn't handle it. Sorry.
Sight anyone would love to see, mate.
Yeah, you'd love that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely right. It wouldn't be the first, and it certainly wouldn't be the last either. But talking of fire, UFC 311.
He's basically
on
also
Saturday.
got like a big emissions jet basically sitting on his drive as well now.
Yeah.
Right? So
the gas guzzler.
he's the guy contributing to this.
Yeah, it's not gonna be forever. It'll be for 5 years, and then I'll get the electric.
Nah, I'm
But
joking.
to be fair, when the electric vehicles come down in price, then I'll consider it.
No, you buy
when
Muse,
you don't have
man.
to spend
Buy
$5,000
Muse
on a
to
Tesla
get a
battery
nice-
when it has to be replaced is probably the day.
You buy a Muse
But yeah.
to get some good depreciation on there.
Yeah.
You can cash in, man. But
in, money in the
I
bank.
only bring that up because the Intuit Dome and the UFC also both had to post on their page that yes, it is still going ahead at the Intuit Dome still, because people weren't sure if it was going to still go ahead.
But it will equally be as fire. UFC 311 is, as I said to you,
James fucking Dean.
Stacked.
Did you just say that?
as I said,
Yes, he did.
as I said to AJ before we even started the podcast. Let's not dwell on it, boys. It is too soon. Sorry, man. People died, so it's always a shit.
Don't try and backtrack now, J.
I'm not backtracking, but like,
Yeah,
if we on a real talk, this is a big card. Which I said to AJ before we started the podcast today that this I will sit through every single main card match on this one.
Yes.
Purely because there's certain people that I just want them to be fucking simmered. There's some people
get there,
that are just equally as exciting for me to watch after watching them the first time round on the main cards. And
I feel like this is like two pay-per-views in one.
yeah, we're gonna see Khabib.
yeah, because they stacked it that much.
We're gonna see
Stacked it
Khabib
mad, yeah.
walking out twice. It seems as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, whose corner is he in?
Well, he's going to be in his brother's corner, Umar.
Yeah.
And is Umar his brother or his cousin?
It's his cousin.
Is it Islam's? He's in
And then
Islam's
he'll
corner
be in
as well?
Islam's corner as well. They're all
gonna
Team
be in
Khabib,
Islam's
mate.
corner,
Yeah.
Khabib.
So there we go.
But
Why doesn't he just come out of retirement?
we spoke about it before, right? So on the prelims, we've got Jet and Almeida versus Sergey Spivak.
Don't think that should be on the prelims.
Which is another mad one. That's 6 and 7 in the heavyweight division. Everyone's been talking about the fact that Jet and Almeida was going to go up in the division, and he hasn't.
But you haven't got
a little bit.
you haven't got space on the main card for them.
That's what I'm saying.
should be main event
is-
in the
there is no
prelims, though, if
I
need
don't
be.
know.
It's a beautiful thing. So why did Johnny Walker's fight get cancelled anyway?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything about
I love
that.
Johnny Walker, man.
I see a video of him before Christmas of him
funny
getting
guy.
sparked out by like a Muay Thai
Maybe that's why it's been,
19-year-old.
maybe that's why it's been cancelled.
got slept.
He's been injured.
Very entertaining fighter. I
Yeah.
will never forget the time where he won his match and then got fucking kicked out in Vegas. Was it in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said about this.
Yeah.
A
Brilliant.
few weeks ago, was he got kicked out of his he just walked out into the streets with his fighting gear.
Well,
or
he
something.
got ushered out.
He got
and that was
ushered
it. He
out.
didn't get let back in. They fucking shut the doors on him.
Apparently, that's happened to a couple fighters before, but the fact that there was the video of it, it made it even,
Well,
better.
funny,
I
man.
think that's why I quite enjoy Johnny Walker. He just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. And then you guys remember Peyton Talbot as well, right?
Yes.
He's got the black dot tattooed on his chest. But
Mm-hmm.
I saw a stat that he's actually the biggest favorite on this whole card.
He was undefeated.
Hey, fucking hell! Look at those odds.
He was undefeated, isn't it? 9 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws.
Yeah,
Good record.
yeah. I think they are feeding him people. To be fair, I can't think how many times I've seen Barcelos. But yeah, Peyton Talbot is on the hype train right now.
His last fight was
so
UFC 303.
He's closing out the prelims.
Knockouts, a lot of knockouts in his record by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's a fun guy to watch, man. People love him. I've been seeing loads of stuff on him online. You know when people do the 20 vs 1 and all that sort of crap.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw him doing that with a bunch of chicks. It's quite funny actually.
Yeah, knockout
But,
round 1, knockout round 2, his last 2 fights, yeah. Knockout in the first 2 rounds. Looking forward to that.
And then Kevin Holland, Derrida to open.
Rainier Derrida,
Yeah.
Again, looking at the prelim main
Quick
event,
comeback.
where the odds are heavily stacked in Peyton's favor. This one is even Stevens.
down the middle.
First time I've seen this in a while.
Yeah, I think people weren't really sure about Dorito because they weren't maybe too convinced with him in the last fight. I think that they were expecting a statement, and the fact that he went against Gerald Meerschaert and
Submission.
it was a bit like
Fight night.
he done what he had to do, but everyone thought that it was going to be a bit not easier for him, but he thought that he was going to make
It was going to be a statement made. Yeah, no, that's fair. Against Kevin Holland, a fighter that is always fun to watch.
Yeah, he's got the good yap,
the loud mouth.
the good yap, man.
Yes. Get him
The
on the
loud
mic.
mouth.
Get him on the mic.
Fuck, man. Why are you hitting me so hard? Fucking legendary, mate.
What, did he say that in the cage once?
Yeah.
Oh, after a fight, post-fight.
You're fucking hitting me too hard, man.
He
That
says
was during the
stuff like
fight.
that during the fight.
During the fight.
Yeah.
What a guy.
You know, mate, Fight Island, when during COVID, Kevin Holland was my favourite fighter because you could hear everything he was fucking saying.
Dana used to call him Big Mouth.
Big mouth.
Yeah, that's what he used to call him because he basically says he just talks a lot. He talks a whole load of smack.
Right.
But then that's part of the reason why Dana fell in love with him. Now him and Dana are boys. Like they send each other like sneakers,
charisma.
flowers and stuff.
He's got charisma because you guys are here smiling about the fact that he talks all the shit in the cage. It's fun
Mate,
to watch, man. He
it's
sells
great.
tickets.
He is
He's
fun
great.
to watch. He hasn't met the line of cringe yet. He's fun. He's fun and he's entertaining.
Jay, he kind of half reminds me of R-Truth, man. In a sense, because
he a bit dumb?
There was a match where
Silly,
R-Truth
very
was like
silly.
against the Judgment Day, and he was like, "It's not supposed to hurt, remember?"
Oh, yeah. Like blurring the lines. Big wink. Yeah,
But nah. So just like this chatter from Kevin, man. He's good.
The clip that I keep seeing that keeps coming up of R-Truth recently is when he went at the Hurt Business, when he went up against it was like the post show, and he was going up against Lashley and MVP.
Oh yeah,
Can't remember, he
yeah.
said
And
something.
they said something, and he was like, "Oh, yeah." I can't remember. I saw it recently as well.
I've been seeing that making the rounds again.
He cracks me up.
Yeah. And then Benil Dariush and Moicano. It's number 9 and
My
10.
boy
lightweight-
Moicano.
Lightweight. And Moicano is actually the favorite in this one.
That surprises me.
It doesn't surprise me.
I don't know. I think people are sleeping on Dariush. I think after they seen Dariush get fucked up in the last couple fights.
How old is Dariush, man? Because he looks like he's in his 40s.
He's just always looked older. It's the grey.
hair,
It's
the hair, and
greys, man.
just his face in general. Just looks like an old fella.
9th against 10th.
But look, the first I saw of Moicano was in November when he fought in November.
No, I think it was earlier than that, man. Moicano.
He fought twice last year.
Yeah, his last fight was against Saint Denis. He beat Saint Denis.
Yeah, Saint
September.
Who is it
When?
before
In
that?
September?
September.
That was in
Was
Paris.
it that far away?
Do you not remember Saint Denis was fucked? Like,
Yeah,
he bloodied
yeah. I
up,
thought we
man.
had him since.
His eye. It was Saint Denis' eye. He ruined him.
Yeah.
I remember that
Oh,
fight.
I thought that was.
And then
like
there was
November times.
Then he fought Turner.
Turner.
He fought 3 times last year. September,
He's done 3.
April, and February. He had a really close here. So, February the 4th against Dober, he beat,
Drew Dober.
and then he lost to Moicano.
Yes, I remember that now.
Wow.
Yeah, Drew Dober, and then
Oh no, he's won it. He won every fight. So he beat Dober, he beat Turner, and then he beat Saint Denis.
his last loss hasn't been since 2022 against Dos Anjos.
And sorry, Moicano's the favourite. Yes.
He's the favorite.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah, but it's because Dariush is on a 2 loss
on a skid, isn't he?
He's on a 2-loss skid. But in all fairness, he lost to Charles Oliveira and Sarukian, who's fighting for the title, and on top of this. So
Oliveira is a fair loss. You can lose to Oliveira, whatever.
anybody can lose to Oliveira. And the way that Sarukian's been looking recently, absolute beast.
But Moicano, man, he Saint Denis, that's a big win.
It is.
absolutely.
It is.
And he ruined Saint Denis.
Do you know what it
He
is,
just
though,
beat him.
right?
He ruined him.
Do you know what it is? It's Dariush has spent a good time before then, before he had his loss, leading up to Charles. He's been chipping away. He's being very patient in his work towards the title. And everyone was just like, this might be his time. But then obviously, those guys there, super, super top of the division.
Yeah.
But Moicano has kind of been similar, where it's just like he hasn't he's been looking very, very good, but I don't know. Drew Dober and they're just like a little bit. I think that he hasn't had that name. I think that Dariush is probably going to give him the name where people are going to start taking Moicano a lot more serious. Like a lot more of the casual fans are going to take him a lot more serious after this. But
I think
I just think that he hasn't had that name. He hasn't had that name thing, but that explains why the odds are kind of the way that they are, if that makes sense. But I think that a lot of people are kind of sleeping on Dariush. But Dariush, I don't know.
I think this could be one of the fights of the night, to be honest with you.
Oh, I agree. Let's. I want to see more of Moicano is good for me.
Yeah,
Moicano's got
After
good
watching him
elbows
last-
and stuff as well. So he, we saw what he done to Denise.
That was a bloodbath. I remember it. I was like, how can Saint Denis even see what he's doing?
Probably couldn't.
Yeah.
Warrior spirit, man.
That's going to be good, though. 10th against 9th. I reckon if Moicano wins this, he should then break into the top 5, have a fight against a top 5 fighter, and then lightweight for me. Lightweight title shot, man. Moicano's in for good things.
This one here, right, is the one that the next fight is the one that's got the most personal behind it.
Yes.
Yuri versus Jamal Hill. I think that
Pereira's
a lot
leftovers.
of people, yeah, exactly. He said that these are his 2 sons.
It's 2 sons.
His two
It's 2
sons.
sons that he's whipped twice.
But
each.
even before, so when Yuri fought Alex the first time, there was a bit of back and forth between these two, and I think it's because they both had the same thing. So they both won the title.
Yeah.
And then had to relinquish it because they were both injured. So they never got a chance to defend it. And then since then, they've both taken a loss to Alex.
Yes. Whoop by Alex.
And, Jamal Hill has basically done a video critiquing Yuri, basically saying like, you basically saying like how shit his performance was.
Yeah.
And he was like, you got picked apart, whereas I got caught with one, basically. And everyone was just like, Yuri done better than you. Basically, that's what the online consensus is. I think Yuri done better than Hill as well, to be honest.
Did you see Yuri's last fight he had against Pereira? The second fight?
But you remember the knockout with Hill, right?
I remember the knockout with Hill, but I also remember Yuri getting absolutely pummeled by Pereira at the back end of the first round, and then the beginning of the second round, him just getting knocked the fuck
Kicked
down
out.
with that kick in his head.
Kicked out.
Yeah,
He
but
didn't look impressive at all.
I don't know. Like the thing is with the fight against Jamal, I think that Alex didn't really have to set any traps for Hill, if that makes sense.
I do I do sort of see part of the speculation behind him getting knocked out though. I feel like a low blow was called by the referee, so technically speaking that should have been to the corner. But then Pereira just shrugged it off like, nah,
Of course
I'm
he did,
fine.
because he's Alex. So what's the implication? So obviously this is like a, so it's a Pereira leftover fight. It's personal.
This was it's 2 versus 3, so it's the number 1 contender.
But they've had their chances against Pereira,
They
man.
have, yeah. But at the end of the day, I don't think Pereira's really thinking about them, to be honest. Pereira has Ankalaev waiting for him.
Got John Jones waiting for him as well.
Yeah, there's
Let's just keep Jones focused on Aspinall.
But that fight in particular, I would love to see Jiri just fuck him up.
I'm going for Hill.
You're going for Hill.
I kind of think the same as well, and the reason for that is because as diverse as Yuri's attacks are, I think that his defense isn't really that great. And Jamal Hill does supposedly hit quite hard. He's got some good knockouts.
Yeah, he does.
I think the knockouts that Yuri had leading up to obviously him getting the title, he looked very good, but it was because he was very unorthodox. He was doing the spinning back elbow, and he got some good knockouts in that. But his defense is he takes a fair bit of damage. He does some very weird things, the way he dips his head, and he's just gonna leave himself for a technician who's obviously like Alex.
Yeah.
In my opinion, when I thought it was going to be Yuri versus Alex, that was a no-brainer. But I don't know. I think that Hill's going to probably come out on top on this match.
I agree. He will be king of the hill.
I would not like him to be, but we'll see. Jerry's just like my one of my favorites. Just the look. He's a samurai.
Yep.
He's a warrior, man. So, but Pereira's a fucking warrior as well. So, but yeah, Jamal Hill is just not likable for me.
Yeah, I think he's talked himself in a few talked himself out of a few good books out of the fans and stuff like that, to be honest, especially like with how he handled his loss to Alex.
Brings the hype though, because if he ends up beating Jiri, then people are going to hate him even more because he's going to be an arrogant fuck on the mic afterwards.
Nothing wrong with being arrogant.
No, but
Look at Gunther.
that will sell money because people will eventually want to buy or watch to watch him get knocked out, and he's just going to keep proving himself every time. So
Logan Paul, mate, one of the most arrogant pricks on this planet, but people want to see him get knocked out. Sells tickets. Same as Jake.
Yeah, 100%.
Title fights.
I reckon these guys, to be honest, whatever's going to happen with them, I think they're going to fight Jan Blachowicz after this.
okay,
I don't think that they're going to fight Pereira. If something happens and Pereira loses the title, I think that the winner of this could fight Ankalaev, but they're not going to fight Pereira because, well, maybe Hill will. Maybe Hill will if Hill comes out on top. But Yuri's already lost to Pereira twice. So.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any real appeal to see Jamal Hill versus Pereira except to kind of shut them up because they've also had heat because they saw each other at the PI and Jamal came up to him and said like throw on the gloves and all that sort of stuff. And no, he said what are you saying now basically to him and Pereira,
that was up in the gym.
Pereira gave him the gloves and was like, let's get in the ring. And he was like, I don't fight for free.
Yeah.
And he was just like, why would you come over here then? It doesn't make any sense.
Building hype.
So yeah, I don't think maybe they might do that again, but I think people would only watch that because people would like to see Hill probably get knocked out by Alex again.
If I was a UFC fighter, right, I would, whenever I saw any UFC fighter within my vicinity, by luck, by chance, wherever I find myself in the top 5, I will start something with them to create as much hype as I possibly can.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll chuck an egg at their face. I would shit in their training boots.
Oh, you'd be like X-Pac.
I would slit their gloves. Honestly, I'll do everything I possibly can. I'll make sure there is a camera nearby to build up as much hype as I possibly can to sell as many tickets as I can, so that Dana White is going to book me.
But that was very anticlimax because no one wants to fucking. They could at least push and shove a little bit at least.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, Hill should have done
just
more.
made a noise, by the way, boys. There was a noise that I heard.
A phone.
That's me.
Band.
All right. Just making sure nothing's turning off.
No, we're good.
But yeah. Anyway, I think that's how things are gonna. That's how the chips are gonna fall. They will fight if Ankalaev wins over Pereira, but I think that they're gonna fight Jan Blachowicz if Pereira retains. Yeah. So that's probably the way that it's gonna crumble.
Fair play.
Fair play to you, A Jizzle.
And then we've got co-main bantamweight title fight.
2 title fights for 11.
Shit,
man.
we are
Marab
down to
versus Umar.
5%. This is how you know AJ's trying to rush it a bit now because he's fucking his iPad is
It's
about
fine.
to go out.
It's all good. It's all, Adam's got it there. He's got the backup. But
I've got it here.
yeah, that's the bantamweight fight.
So is it Vashvili against Nurmagomedov?
Marab Dvalishvili, yes, versus
Walkout one for Khabib.
Yes.
He might not walk out, but it would make sense.
in
to.
one corner.
This is going to be a mad fight. This is the one I'm looking forward to the most, actually.
No, I don't think you're going to probably be looking forward to that one, to be honest, because it's going to be very wrestling dominant.
That's fine. But I've watched both of these guys. And I know what they're about.
It's going to be a fuckfest.
I watched Valishvili against O'Malley at the Sphere. I enjoyed watching him. I thought it was a great fight.
That was not a great fight.
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed his style, yeah. Because remember, that was the fight where I was on here and I said to you guys, you know what? Despite the fact that I said before I didn't actually enjoy wrestling that much, this may have turned me.
If there's going to be some good transitions in there and it's not just going to be a lay and pray, then I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
what I want
to see a war.
Because I like the technical aspect of the wrestling side, but I'm just hoping that it's not going to be a lay and pray. The thing is that's going to be interesting is just to see is, are both guys' gas tanks going to hold up? Because they both have notoriously good gas tanks.
Yes.
Everyone says that Marab is a machine. I think he's got the record for like the most takedown attempts or something like that in a single fight.
Yes.
And Umar being a Nurmagomedov. Like, he's not going to be a slouch with the wrestling as well. So we'll see how that goes. Other than Cody, Corey. Who was the other last person who Umar fought before then?
There was, so he fought 3 times last year, I'm sure. One of them was Corey, and then the other one, here we go, fight history, I'm just bringing it up now, was... So Sanhagen, there was Al McCann, back in March. And sorry, he didn't fight 3 times, he fought twice last year. And the year before that was Barca last year, back in January 2023. Okay. He had a bit of a gap, man. He had about a year and 3 months between fights then. So he fought in March, then he fought in August, against Sanhagen, which we saw. Unanimous decisions on both.
Yeah.
He won't beat Bashfully. It'll be a good fight.
I don't really know how this one's going to go. I don't really actually have a pick on this. Oh, in terms of entertainment, I'll go with Merab.
Yeah, 100%. He'll be retained in
terms of.
But will we see a Nurmagomedov hold a title again?
You've seen the memes, right? Of people saying like, "Oh, like this is like the Avengers Endgame," and this is like we're in the wrong timeline.
Yeah,
and it's basically Umar holding this title, it's Islam holding the other title, it's Bilal, and then Hamza holding one as well. And they were like, all the Dagestanis have basically got all the belts.
Oh my Russians, god, they're invading, mate! Oh my lord!
But I think it's all because
shouldn't say that word when it comes to Russian.
I think it's just because it's the just the wrestling dominance, which people want to see some people want to see some knockouts.
I want to see some people get banged.
I want to see some knockouts.
That's it.
But let's just go on to the main then.
Islam. I've missed Islam.
It'll be good to see him,
mate. Last saw him, mate. I was in Cyprus last year when I watched Islam Makhachev.
Oh yeah,
so that was pure summer.
Him and Dustin,
mate. I know I bang on about so much when he just grabbed his ankle, twisted it around like he was
different breed of fighter, man. Yeah, like Islam is great. Yeah,
for me that was the submission of the year.
100%.
That was the submission of the year.
It just happened so fucking quickly as well, man.
The way he done it, the way he the speed,
madness.
the way the takedown happened. Yeah. That was. Absolutely, that was so good, man.
Insane,
so good.
Poor Dustin.
But
round 5 though, we took him to the limit.
This is the fight that that I'm actually really, really looking forward to, because Sarukian they faced off before. So when Sarukian started, when Sarukian fought him the last time, this was a lot earlier in his career.
Yeah,
and he only had 3 weeks on that fight, and he took him all the way to the end of. He took him to the judges, and he lost.
I just look at Makhachev's record, man. Like, beat Dustin Poirier, beat Volkanovski, beat Oliveira.
Bring up the highlights.
Green, beat Hooker. Like, it's just...
Bring up the highlights and just put it on mute, and I want you to see the highlights of Sarukian versus Makhachev, because he's another fucking sick wrestler, and he'll be able to transition and nullify some of the things of what Makhachev is going to do. It's not going to be the same thing as obviously him versus Poirier.
I'm sure he is, but
and do you know what? Right, I don't think it's going to go the same, because Islam's striking has come a long way since he fought Sarukian last.
Yeah,
but Sarukian has got some badass finishes, man.
When did he last fight him?
It'll have the year on there
for UFC.
No, it's the warm up for 311. That's what it says.
Is that much full fight?
Read the captions, Adam.
Yeah, it's right here, man. Oh no, that's number 53.
I think we've got just enough to double check it now.
You never see it on YouTube though, innit? Oh, here you go. Here.
5%. It's all good.
Oh, this is the full fight. This is all 16 minutes of it.
So it was his first fight. It was in 2019, April 2019. Sarukian versus Makhachev.
Right. I've just literally searched,
and it went to decision. So
I've just searched highlights, but all I can find here is just full fight marathon, full fight. It's hard to find unless I can maybe go on the UFC site. But yeah, I'm sure it was impressive.
But I'll send you some stuff.
Send some stuff.
But I guarantee after you're gonna see.
I'll watch obviously Embedded, so I'm sure it will come up on Embedded this week.
Oh man,
I will watch it.
I'm gassed for this fight, and I actually want Sarukian to win.
Fuck off.
I think Sarukian's a funny guy. Man.
Nah, mate. Islam Makhachev is the master. The master.
The master
He
chef.
will not be beaten. He will retire that belt.
Sarukian is an animal, but Islam's an animal as well.
Until Paddy comes along.
Mate, he's been beaten 3 times.
Nah, dude, but Sarukian's but
Makhachev been beaten once.
one of his losses, he got knocked out. He got knocked out.
Just look at his record, though, man.
And one of Sarukian's losses is the split decision. Was it a split decision or was it a unanimous? But anyway, it was the decision against Makhachev. But that's what I'm saying. He had 3 weeks prep. That was his first fight. 3 weeks prep.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah, but you say that. Look at if you want to talk about people standing in at short notice. Look at the first fight between Usman and
He's on a 13-fight win streak. You know,
who's Sarukian?
Makhachev.
Oh yeah. I know.
13
He's on
fights.
If he wins this, he breaks some record. I can't remember what it is.
Since 2015, he has not been beaten. Since 2015, he has not been defeated.
I'm not saying that.
who
Islam Makhachev.
since 2015.
Yes, I'm looking at it right here.
Yeah, but okay. So this is the thing. When he had his lead up to the title,
That's by the way, that's
when
10
he,
years.
When he had his lead up to the title,
math.
he skipped a lot of guys. That's what everybody said.
Why are you putting him down, AJ, man? He's beat Volkanovski twice. He's beat Pure. He's beat Olivia. Like, but he is. He's beaten the top.
Bring up the top 10 of there.
Of the division.
And see all the people who he hasn't fought.
I like that, but there's only so much time in a year, you know.
But he's held the title for what, 3 years now?
No,
2 years?
I know.
He's held it for 2 years. He's only fought Volk, who's not even in his division technically.
By the way, he's also pound for pound.
And Oliveira.
He's also pound for pound number 1.
And I don't think he should be pound for pound.
So going to be saying Oliveira. He hasn't fought Justin Gaethje.
I think Alex should be pound for pound.
Who hasn't fought Justin Gaethje?
Islam. He hasn't fought. He's fought Poirier. He hasn't fought Max. He's fought Hooker. Hasn't fought Michael Chandler. Hasn't fought Gamrot.
And when he fought Hooker was like 10.
Yeah.
He was like 10th at the time.
Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Paddy have run.
We'll see him at London.
We'll see. Here's the thing.
Tapped.
Go on.
Paddy might be fighting Chandler. Is that a thing?
In Fight Night London, potentially.
Yeah.
He'll have a fight in London, won't he? That's coming up.
It's got to be a big name fight.
Tickets are out.
Do you know what's another big fight that
Next
got announced?
I think you posted it.
Yeah, I
You
shared
sent
it, didn't
to
I?
me. Yeah. Go on.
Hooker versus Gaethje.
Yeah, Hooker versus Gaethje.
Oh shit! In London.
Hooker versus Gaethje. No. It's not going to be London. It's going to be. They think it's going to be 2 weeks before London.
Oh
It's just a fight night, isn't it? Or is that a pay-per-view?
It might be a pay-per-view because the thing is, sometimes there's 1 month. There's 1 month sometimes where you get 2 pay-per-views in a month.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing. Plus, I don't think London will be a pay-per-view.
Do you know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see, like... no, London's not a pay-per-view. It's just a fight night.
Yeah, it's only been a pay-per-view once, and that was when it was Usman versus Leon Edwards 3.
I really think they should put... I know they're not because it's probably not big enough for it, but I really think that Aspinall should have had a fight at that Fight Night London, man. They should let him headline that.
He's headlined it twice.
But Aspinall should headline this one coming up, and then he'll get a win.
Aspinall should do it. Aspinall. What you're saying?
Just to warm him up for Jones, and then we'll have Jones later in the year.
Yeah, but what if he loses?
Yeah, you don't want to risk it. Jones is going to be the biggest payoff of his career.
Yeah, I know.
Just wait until June, boys.
It's only training for it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently they say the negotiators are getting along.
Training for the biggest fight in MMA.
He's not doing a fake, Tyson Fury retirement at least.
I told you boys anyway that fight will come together, didn't I? You lot were doubting it.
Well, it's not happened yet.
Yeah,
It will come
It's
together.
in discussions.
It will come
the
together.
hands haven't been shaken yet, boy.
Dana White
He
has made the
sat
promise.
he sat on the shelf and didn't fight Ngannou for 2 or 3 years. So I'm not gonna hold my breath.
History won't repeat itself, man.
We'll see. We'll see, though. We'll see. John Jones is a stubborn guy.
Yeah, those
If
are
he,
those are the things that make dents in the legacy right there.
so who do you think is the man to watch in 2025 then?
Oh, it's a good question.
So obviously last year it was the year of Pereira, really, wasn't it? The year of Pereira.
Are we saying somebody who is Are we
An
allowed?
up-and-comer
are we
or
allowed
anyone?
Are we allowed to pick in the top 10, or are we outside, or?
Okay, well, why don't you do best up? Who's going to be the up and comer for 2025, and who's going to be fighter of the year for 2025? What's your prediction? Not a spoiler, just a prediction.
I need to see some things.
I want to see Paddy have a good year.
The top 10 at the moment, we're coming into the year. The pound for pound, according to UFC, top 5 are Islam Makhachev number 1, John Jones number 2, Pereira number 3, Ilya Tuporia number 4, Bilal Muhammad number 5.
I want to see Paddy have a good year.
I would put fucking Dricus Duplessis above Bilal Muhammad, to be honest with you, but whatever.
I think Ilya is going to have a standout year as well. Topuria is going to have a standout year. He had a standout year last year.
Well, it was Duporia or Pereira last year for fighter of the year, wasn't it? That was the argument.
I think there's just room for him to get better. I'd love if he moves a weight class and comes and fights Islam.
Yep.
That again, I think I've touched on that previously. Mm-hmm. I think that would be a good fight. But if he's going to move to that weight class, then I want to see him and Paddy.
Fair.
I want to. The reason why is the hand sanitizer bottle. incident
Hand
deliberate
sanitizer boy.
Hand sanitizer boy.
What do you think, Adrian?
I'm trying not to be biased, to be honest. I'm looking at some of these lists. There's a lot of people who I don't really see.
You don't think Paddy?
No.
Paddy, this is the year for Paddy, no?
No.
He's got a chance to make it his year.
Could be. He plays his cards right. They're pushing him to the moon, aren't they, Paddy Pimblett? I think they want him to be
they've
like
been
the
doing
new.
that for a long time, yeah.
But I think they're really gearing it up now, and they want this to be the year of Paddy for the Brits. Maybe he could be like the new Conor McGregor kind of thing.
There's only one Conor.
There's only one Conor,
and there's only one Paddy.
Yeah, I know.
Paddy, what a name! Do you know? Just Pimblett. Never heard that surname before.
Pimblett, very Irish.
Never heard that surname before.
I think we're gonna see.
The whole name is very Irish.
I think we're gonna see. I'm trying to look outside of like seven below, and the only name sort of like I'm looking across divisions that's standing out to me is Lerone Murphy.
Yeah, you've been big on Murphy. You have been big on Murphy.
Yeah, I think Lerone is.
Isn't he? Which weight class is he? Heavyweight.
He's featherweight.
Featherweight, complete opposite.
So Ilya.
Yes. And didn't he have a fight at a recent pay-per-view?
December.
He had one against Ige,
Dan Ige,
and
yes.
who was his other one before then?
Against Barboza.
Barboza, yeah.
And
he looked really good against Barboza as well.
All decisions though.
I think that he's gonna have but he's had some wars.
Okay.
He's had some wars, I think.
So you're going Lerone Murphy for best upcomer.
Yep.
And fighter of the year prediction.
Oh, fighter of the year prediction.
It's hard to say now, but looking ahead, who do we think is going to just run things this year?
Okay, if the Tom fight happens,
Yes,
and he beats Jones, it's Tom
Aspinall.
because he would have beaten the guy who's undefeated.
It's all subject to results.
So if that fight happens and that result goes that way, then I could see it being Tom. But in terms of somebody who's going to be activity and probably entertainment, I'll probably go with Topuria. I think Topuria actually won it last year, even though people had Alex.
Yeah.
But I think that Topuria is going to start,
Ramping it up.
yeah, he's going to start putting notches in the belt now.
It's his year for sure.
I'm going to go wild card, and I think that Dricus Duplessis is going to have an unbelievable year this year.
Okay.
Really?
Never been his biggest fan, but I think he's going to have a phenomenal year. I think he's just going to tuck Strickland away like he did. Well,
Just
like he
throwing that one in the hat there.
I'm throwing DDP in. I think he's going to have 3 fights this year.
The other one that I see online that's getting a lot of traction, Jack Dalla.
Jack Dalla.
Jack Della Maddalena. He's actually having a fight against Leon.
Edwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
But people have been saying that they think that he's going to be in the title talks very soon.
Okay. A few names flying around there then. We shall see.
We're totally discrediting the last fighter of the year for 2024.
Pereira.
So you never know. Pereira might come out of an absolute fucking banger of a year as well. If he stays undefeated, if he has three or four, 4 fights is a push, maybe. 3 fights. If he has another 3 fight a year,
But when is he
and
going
they're all
to...
very good fights.
He's getting old now though, man.
It doesn't matter.
I'm only worried about Pereira. Like
Every dog has its day. Every dog has its
But
day.
maybe we'll hang it up.
37, yeah.
You might just hang it up. Just like I'm done.
Most of the time in that weight class, you can go until you're about 40
There's going to be...
if you want to.
If we shape up the year in terms of matches, we're going to have an Aspinall Jones, and I want to see a Pereira.
Come on.
I want to see a Pereira Jones as well. I know. We're saying that John wants a fight. That's not the fight to make now. It needs to be John and Aspinall.
I think it needs to be Pereira Aspinall afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's making the jump?
I mean, Dana White.
Pereira will come up.
He's got the potential to make some unbelievable fights this year if he makes it happen. Like all the stars are aligning. He's just got to freaking do it, man. Dana White's got to make it happen. That's down to Dana. Make it happen, Dana. For God's sake.
Please.
So yeah, UFC 311, man. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
Am I seeing you for it, or like what's the plan?
I messaged you before.
What, this weekend?
Yeah,
What are we saying? Yeah, what are we saying?
UFC 311.
I will.
Are you going to be about?
I'll probably have to watch it at home in my own time. It's been a few. I've been away for a good few weeks, man. I've got to catch up.
All I'm hearing is excuses from you.
Oh, hold the fucking boat here, Mr. Adam Yusuf.
Oh my
What's
God,
your
here we go,
excuse
here
for
we
not
go.
calling me back over Christmas?
I was busy.
You was busy. Oh yeah. Oh, is it? Oh, fucking
Sorry,
shoe
Jada.
fits there, lovely, doesn't it?
Mate, I didn't even get a happy birthday from you on my birthday. That's why I didn't call you back.
Do you know what?
I got nothing.
I called you before your birthday.
If it wasn't my birthday,
He's
would've
like,
liked
yeah,
a
I
phone
called
call.
you on December 31st.
I would have liked a phone call on January the 3rd, which is my birthday. It's my birthday in January. I would have liked to call, but I got one at a text message at 7:45 on January the 4th saying happy birthday.
Yeah.
A day late.
Do you know what? And I thought about you all day, and I thought, do you know what I thought to myself?
I'm not
It's
gonna.
Adam's birthday today. He didn't answer the phone to me a couple of weeks ago.
Jada, I don't answer the phone to you a lot of the time.
You answer the phone to me every time.
No, I do not. I do not. I don't answer the phone to lots of people. Sometimes I just don't because I'm in the moment doing something and then I just forget that anybody's ever rung me. Honestly. And I'm an estate agent. That's the worst thing I should possibly say. I'm very good at answering my phone at all times.
You should be very good at answering your phone.
Yeah,
all
no,
the
you are
times.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
But no, this weekend,
I apologise,
I'll be
J-Dog.
dedicating to my family and looking after my little boy who started nursery this week.
Come on, Big Alf.
But obviously,
Game on the UFC. Game on the
mate.
UFC.
Islam
Mate,
Makhachev knocking
I had him-
at someone, banging someone out. We're dedicated
he
to
likes
Alf.
watching wrestling.
Does he?
I've sat there and watched wrestling with him. We watched Crown Jewel together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And who's his favourite wrestler? Cody Rhodes.
I don't know, mate. He just the only way to get him to watch it consistently is to have food in front of him and sit him down in his high chair, and that way the telly's on, he can just watch it.
Why don't you get sent into some wrestling classes, man?
Was it Crown Jewel or was it? What did we have here?
We had Survivor Series here.
No, could we watch Survivor Series here?
Yes.
So it would have been Crown Jewel then that we watched.
That was the Saudi pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the rings. This new gym that we've joined has got a full-blown wrestling ring in it.
Yeah, thank you for just telling me that you both joined without even telling me there's a fucking ring.
Since when
in
did you
Hitchin.
go to the gym, J-Dog? The last time you came to the gym with me, you nearly broke your back.
Oh, my back still hurts. My back still hurts, you know. My back's still fucked from that.
And there was like all the
Hey.
members of staff were running up the stairs.
Oh, is it that bad?
The alarm was going off. They brought the fucking defibrillator upstairs for him. I thought he was going to die.
Oh, that's not the first time I've had some fucking painful
curled up in a
episodes in
ball
the gym
next to the
either.
water fountain in pain. I was like, oh my
Mate,
god.
do you know what it was? We were
were
doing Penley Rows, which is probably one of the most don't fuck about with them. Basically, they shouldn't be done. You can just do normal rows, and it makes no difference.
You just got to do a weight that you're
but-
comfortable with.
We did it for a couple of weeks. I did it for a couple of weeks,
did.
didn't I? The
We
Penley
went-
rows were pretty solid.
We went too hard, too fast with you. That's what
Yeah,
we
I think I upped the weight quite considerably
did. Yes.
on the
You
third time
don't
round.
want to do that, to be fair.
And
Yeah.
what happened was like my strength, like obviously my spine was straight, and then the second one muscle gave out, obviously your spine is the secondary the secondary support, and it just went doosh, and it bent out, mate. I tell you what,
He couldn't move. I carried on.
it was a massive, literally a shock went through my legs, and I could not feel my legs. I dropped to the floor, and all I had to do was just sort of like push myself back up against a wall just so I could sit up. It was horrible.
I went downstairs to reception and I was like, yeah,
They bricked it.
one of the lads is injured upstairs. And I'm like, oh my God, where is he? And the next minute, six
Mate,
members of staff
fucking
come
six of
running
them
out.
turn up.
Like they were I was like, it's okay. Like it's just by the water fountain. They would legged it upstairs, and then I was doing the chest press. I just saw JD surrounded by members of staff on the floor. It was great.
I have been.
And I've never seen him in the gym since.
Following.
So
this.
no, we're not going to tell you when we join
to
the
be
gym.
fair.
Yeah, I know. That'd be the end.
Oh yeah, okay.
go
So
and have
we
a
might
dip,
as well,
go and have a
mention
swim,
this
Jado.
because I've already exposed it to the
Have a
stories.
breaststroke.
And actually, this is actually one of the things that we got the most engagement on.
Yes.
Posted it on there. And I said, what do you think about us getting in the doing a session
I'll
of
do
doing
a
some
wrestling
content
class.
in the ring?
I'll do a wrestling class.
And it got all votes yes on there, and there was a few votes. So I was
My no didn't count then. My no didn't count.
Your no,
Yeah, my no didn't
I didn't
count.
see a no on there.
Oh man,
we just chose to ignore it.
you blocked me from the Cajun
But,
Cat.
I am so down for a wrestling class,
Mate,
man.
I'd love to run the ropes, man. I think
run the ropes.
that has always been a dream of mine, right?
I'll run the ropes.
Now,
Mate, after this, sorry, Jay, we'll come back to it.
Go on, go on.
After we finish this, post up the photo of me standing by the ring on our story. You have permission. The one that I sent in the group.
And say what?
Just say, this is where we're going. We're going in.
this is Adam standing in front of a ring.
Yeah, it's basically just
The
him.
ring.
That should be the caption.
The ring where we're going to do it. We're going to do it in that ring.
Oh god, yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Do you know what? Mate, one of my biggest dreams, not even just to have not a pro wrestling match, but a wrestling match against someone.
A pro
It's
wrestling match.
Like a pro wrestling match. I want a pro wrestling match.
We'll be a long way from a match.
But I also want to be able to have not maybe an amateur MMA fight, even if it's a white collar one or
Yeah.
a boxing one. One of these things is going to happen this year, and I'm fucking telling you. It's gonna happen.
Why don't you enter white collar then?
Huh?
Why don't you do a white collar
Mate,
match?
the amount of people that would love to see me get my fucking head smashed in,
Why don't you do it?
I would sell out. I would sell out that place.
All right, done.
Someone offered you to do one,
I
didn't
will
you?
enter you into white collar. I will do that for you.
For what, MMA or boxing?
For boxing.
All right, cool. We'll do that. But yeah, no. Going back to your square one.
Yes.
Square one is the gym, yeah.
The guy who owns it, he wrestled. Well, he basically started it off from a wrestling thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because there's a lot of
It's like a wrestling academy, and he's also done a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
shows.
I've seen an
tag him
indie
into
show.
this, really. We'll
I've
tag
seen an
him into
indie
this.
show in Hitchin before. Like
His promotion like UBW or something.
yeah, it must have been something like that. Yeah. But mate, getting into a wrestling school or just even for fitness purposes, getting into it, yeah, I'm all for it. And now that I know that gym exists, it's only down the road from us.
It's a good gym.
So one time for your birthday,
if
I remember looking up some stuff about it before, but the only other things that I could see before was like, it was more like stag do kind of stuff. But the fact
Yeah.
that now it's like, there's an actual, like you say, a gym that's actually
They do it.
nearby.
Probably been around for a while, right? This gym.
Square One's been around for a while, I think, and they've done this wrestling school's been around for a while, but now they've opened it up into the bigger premises.
Well, he said when I spoke to him, because I had a bit of a chat with him, I think he said that he'd been wrestling from when he was like in his late teens,
yes.
and then he hadn't done wrestling for a while, and then he sort of came back to it, and then going to indie shows, he was basically just like the quality of stuff was pretty much dead. So he was looking around at schools and stuff, and there wasn't any for miles. So he pretty much just started this up, and he's got the ring that's also there, but I think they've got a ring that they take around to other indie shows,
obviously,
local
of course,
indie shows
of course.
and stuff.
Fair
So
play to
it's fair play. And he was just like, he seemed pretty open. I was just like, I wouldn't mind having a go. Like I was like, I might speak to a mate, because I knew that you were joining, and I thought that after next time when we'll record, I thought I was going to see last week, I was going to mention it as well. So I threw it on the story, and yeah, got a bit of engagement.
Yeah, very,
obviously, I
very
don't think that
interested in that.
we're going to be. We're not going to be doing anything crazy.
I'm going to be main eventing WrestleMania in 2026. I'll be taking the belt from Roman Reigns when he's champ.
You think you're a natural, do you?
Not unless you're going to be a nepo baby.
You've
Unless,
probably got the
I'll cut-
build and look for a wrestler.
I'll cut mad
And
promos.
AJ most likely has as well. I do not.
Yeah, but
I've
mate,
got the KO body, mate.
but Kevin Owens is main event in the Royal
boy.
Rumble against Cody Rhodes, bro. It doesn't matter about that, man. It just matters about how good you are. But Kevin Owens is great in the ring for a guy of his size.
Mate.
But yeah.
Promo, you boys will get ripped to shred in promos. I'll be kind on AJ, but
Your promos will be too explicit.
I'd go full force on you, mate.
Yeah, he wouldn't be PG.
Yeah.
Right, let's meet in the ring, 2 microphones. Let's see what happens, bro.
mate. There's so much, mate. Like this is the thing. It's blurring. It's not blurring the lines, is it? Because we could bring so much fucking stuff.
I won't
to
be
the table.
blurring shit, mate. Mine will be absolute shoots, all of it, the whole thing.
The whole thing would be a shoot. I love it, mate.
His will be quite funny because he'll be wearing his green outfit and he'll come out from underneath the ring and swinging his shillelagh around.
Yeah.
One Swoggle 2.0.
Fuck off.
Fucking
on that note, I'm done with you two today. I'm finished with you.
swoggle.
All this bullshit. I'll see you boys in the ring. We'll settle this in the ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm down for a class, man.
Okay, so
I think we should do it.
Oh, let's talk. We'll figure out a date.
Well,
I know it's like £20 for a session or something like that.
Something like that.
For the wrestling.
we'll work something out. We'll have a talk.
I was
with,
down there today training, and he
Justin.
was. Is it Justin or Hugo Bloom?
That's his wrestling name.
Oh, right. Let's tag him into this so we can see that we've been talking about him. He's
think
got a
that-
lot of airtime from us, man. Congratulations.
He's had a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, we completely promoted the hell out of Square One and him.
It's going to be filled with random wrestlers.
Congratulations,
now.
Justin.
People wanting to like slam.
Nah,
Well,
like
hopefully they'll follow us. Like, anybody who goes to Square One, there's a big wrestling community there, man. So follow us.
That's part of the draw for me to be not.
That's
not,
why
not
we
the
all need to
wrestling
get there
thing,
and
but just the
say
idea
hello.
of a community kind of thing.
Big community, mate. You see them all down there training all the time, man. So yeah, mate, follow us.
But
follow us.
yeah, so we'll speak about details of that.
Cool.
All the Rumble picks.
Yes.
we'll do something for that
Yes.
with the game with the wrestling. We'll probably have to just shoot some side content for that.
Fine. We'll book in a
And
weekend to do
we'll
it.
have an update for 311 and next week's
311.
show.
Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Anything else you want to add?
yes, just want to add
Hit the likes, everything.
TikTok, Instagram, Caging Canvas UK
Oh, you've done some work for us.
is the handle.
You've stepped up, J-Dog.
TikTok is the handle. Caging Canvas UK.
Yes, all of it.
We are streamlining.
Well done, J-Dog.
We will get our website up and running soon. CagingCanvas.com is coming.
Really?
We've got
damn.
it.
You got the domain
We've got the domain.
secured.
We just need to sort it out.
Okay, J-Dog's building a website for us. You had it here first.
Yeah.
When's that going to be live?
Mate, tomorrow. Like we've got the domain, we've got cagingcanvas.com, we've got cagingcanvas.co.uk. One will link to the other. It'll probably be cagingcanvas.com because we are the boys.
That's it, mate.
And
Happy New Year,
it
fellas.
will be down the line somewhere where all of our videos and content will be shared. And it will be like a huge fuck off Instagram page with everything on it.
Woo!
And here we go. We're locking off episode somewhere in the teens. And yeah,
16.
We'll see you
Well
guys
done.
next week.
See you later, boys.
Locking up.
Peace.